Yo, yo, yo. What's going on?
I need to fix my monitor.
What's up, Sinful? What's up, Jack? What's up, Susan? Sandollar? Good morning, or good afternoon, I should say. Good lunchtime. What's good, my peeps? What's up, Alexis? Make sure to take time to go through this stuff, guys. Not just what I'm posting, but also your peers. I've been seeing a lot of posting in here, so great job. Everybody kind of stick into the homework, actually being active in the chart channels instead of, thinking of themselves and then just expecting all of us to read their minds. No, glad to see a lot of you guys posting out in the open. But honestly, let's see. We can check those out later, but I just wanted to show them off real quick because there was a lot of posts. So, y'all did good. Almost 10 a.m. here. Where are you at? Are you PST right now? California? Alright. Does anybody need to go over anything before I start yapping for a bit? Need to yap for a bit, but I want to make sure nobody has any questions I need to get covered or anything. Yo, what's up, Dr. J? How you doing? San Diego, nice. Make sure to share the stream link around, just because this isn't like a usual time. I'm trying to make this more of a usual time though. As well as like the stream guys, it definitely helps out the channel a ton. How's it going, brother? Long time. Hope everything's going well. What's up? Who is this? Nerd. I actually do recognize this profile pic and the name. Going pretty good though. Just honestly getting back into streaming, like last week or so. Going pretty good. Honestly, I kind of like it. I like this new schedule. I can post a lot more in the chat before open, and I can go over a lot more of the things I want to go over during the stream, but not in the more active part of the day. Nerd lad. Put the lime in the coconut. I don't know, Jack. It's just something we took over once we kicked the British out of here. We were like, yep, it's San Diego. Even though they probably never had control of it themselves. Okay, Sinful. Alright, guys, so nobody needs to go over anything before I start. Thumbs up. Or I'm going to just give it a few more minutes and then I'll go over some stuff. But I'm going to go over the 2-a-day stuff and Spy. Because we went over Spy pretty heavily in Lifetime stream on Saturday if you were there. And then yesterday morning, or today morning I guess, we posted a game plan for what we're kind of looking here for Spy. Kind of talking about either getting above this previous day high. It's the new all-time high supply. And then we kind of kept the range of where we broke out down here. And you can see we've actually almost returned all the way. But I actually broke this down. I said, even if we came all the way down here, this really isn't that bearish. This is actually still bullish on the bigger time frames. But on the smaller time frames, I could see why, looking at this, you'd be like, wow, this thing actually died today. Wow. But it's pretty funny because it actually didn't really fall that much today. Or really not that much off the ground from where we launched, right? I mean, this is where we gapped up, and this is where the rally day happened. That was it, right? All we've done is reject those highs, break pre-market low. We broke previous day close already, and then made it to today. Or sorry, previous day open. I keep wanting to say CDO, but I know it's not. But PDO. So we're looking for that. And they've touched it. They're building what now? They're building structure, and they're actually giving bulls a chance of actually working back up again. So we're either going to see the break of previous day open, or you're going to see this. Honestly, this is just really good structure because it's not a higher low, but they never forced a new low in terms of like price. And then in terms of like opening and closing candles, they did break new lows, but they liquidated back up within 20 minutes, and then made it to the next resistance, which is actually pretty normal. And if they can hold this as a higher low, then this would validate that. So we're just really looking to see, can they get over these recent highs? Can they get over 583? And if so, then it's a very good sign that price does want to work back up. Which, this is pretty cheating. I don't really do this too much, but I just saw, because we didn't actually have these levels here. Like you shouldn't have these levels here unless you just knew what I was doing. But there was a low of the move here all the way to the high, and I was really just going to go for a halfway point. I was just going to mark that and then kind of use that to dictate direction. Again, if we're under that, I'm expecting heavier probability that we're going to keep dropping, and vice versa. If we're above it, heavier probability that we're trying to work back up towards whatever level. Pre-market low, today's open, 584. I don't really care. It's not even happening anymore. And then we added the golden pocket level, which I really only added that one. I normally don't add that level, but I had to because I saw there was structure here, not just visually, but there's a lot of room here between 584 and 580. There's a lot of room here, and the only level we have here is yesterday's open, yesterday's close. So there's not really a whole lot going on here besides halfway point. Yo, nice, David Q. I'm finally glad we lined up. The stars aligned. And yeah, I'm trying to make this my new stream time. I want to go from lunchtime to close every day. But does everything I've talked about make sense so far? Everybody's good. We're up to date on what SPY's doing right now. What's going on, what to expect. I like to go over this because we do cover everything before, and then it's kind of nice to cover it afterwards because then we get a good view of like, all right, well, how was our thought process? Were we a mile off? Were we pretty spot on? Yo, what's up, Carter? I'm just going over SPY, some of the levels, where they came from, stuff like that. I was just going over the intraday plan, the review, what's happening next. And honestly, right now, I'm just looking for feedback. I'm seeing if anybody's even listening. It's cool if they're not, but just trying to get some feedback. Tesla was one of the 2-days. It was actually not that crazy. They ended up holding 220, rallied to 220, 330s, which was in the plan, but didn't really see much after that. Kind of just fell through the floor with the market. Most of the market did this. And it's kind of recovering on its own, and now it looks a lot better, holding a potential higher low above that 220. So now it looks a lot better than I would say any other part of the day from this support to go up. But, of course, be careful. It is lunchtime, so volume's a little lower right now. And then Apple was the other one, which this one worked fantastically. If you guys actually check this out on the 2-a-day post, I didn't see how many people went to go check it out, but I know you guys like those a little bit, so. Little hold of the 233, and then an open range breakout above 234.82. Not much else to talk about there. They had a little bit of a retest way down here, but this was already after they had made their way to the next resistance, the 237.20s area, which was typed out. And I didn't really have any other levels beyond that, so I'm kind of glad they stopped there. Else I couldn't tell you. But I'll probably add some more levels here pretty soon, because it's Apple. You can't ignore the king. Yeah, I'm not marking that. That's way too far. Just going to do the most recent retest and then do the backwards fib. Which all this chart has really done is broken trend now, which that's crazy. This is crazy because, like, this is where Daffy was saying buy calls, and he was really only wrong for one day. After it held support, liquidation occurred. I mean, it's been a launch since then, so that's pretty crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Spy, and then I'll read y'all's comments, and then we're gonna go through whatever else y'all want, or we could just chill and watch whatever. That's cool too. I keep wanting to look at it like this, but then I realize like that's way too zoomed out. I really like looking at where the levels come from, so it throws me off when I can't. Alright, there we go. Put the lime in the cook. Oh, wait, I read that. What's happening? Apple was fun and clean this AM. Oh yeah, good job, Carter. It definitely was. I'm actually very happy it was too, because Apple had an inside bar breakout yesterday already, so it honestly didn't. It was in one of those moments where it could keep going, but it was also in that kind of thought process where it's like it really doesn't have to. You know, it already did a lot, so it's okay if it doesn't, kind of thing. But I'm glad to see that it moved a lot, and not just for upside too. It had really good movement to the downside as well. Yes, indeed. Posted a trade review earlier on that move down from 584 into 582, 581s. Nice, David. And yeah, I'm probably going to wait a little bit, but I'm going to go through the results and review channel before close. I'm just going to wait till later in the stream to give other people a chance as well. But I know for a fact I saw a couple, because I just kind of skimmed through it real quick before I started my stream. And I saw a lot of really good posts. I didn't really see like anything. What is React talking about? He said quarter pony with a large fry off the gravestone doji for the entry. What is this man talking about? That's funny. I'm like, there were so many good posts in here. I scroll up and I read that, like, what is going on in here? That's funny. I also like that I'm not seeing too many people get hung up on direction. You guys seem to just love movement. It doesn't really matter what direction, and that's important. First trade of the day where Spy Poot saw sellers gaining some traction at open. I'm reading your thing now, David. I'm gonna cheat. Good stuff, dude. Honestly, it's kind of funny when you're the way I'm reading this. It feels like I'm reading one of my trading strategy posts. Let me go to that so you know what I'm talking about. When I'm reading your trade review, it feels like I'm reading one of these posts, because it's just like a perfect blueprint, you know? Like, this was why I entered, this was why, this was my stop loss, this was like you're making sense of everything, and then you're saying what you did, and I like that, because you really do have to give yourself, you know, a blueprint. And that's what all these are. They're just blueprints. These aren't like, I don't really know how to explain it, but these aren't like, you know, anything out of the norm. Like what I have posted here, these are literally just blueprints. Some of them even have video examples. Some of them show you the level of confidence that you should have, especially when you see certain points, you know, hold entries. These are of course all using EMAs, TMAs. You can use them without them. You can use them with just the price action strategies. You know, it's really whatever you want. I've made it to where you can use it without indicators. You can use it with indicators. It really isn't your, you know, you don't have to like look around for like some special strat. But I like it feels like that when I'm reading your post. It literally feels like a blueprint. Very clear as day what's happening. Very clear as day what you're trying to do. And now you gotta remember that though. That's coming from me. That's coming from someone in chat. You know, these are people who trade just like you. So it's not a bad thing to hear that. When you hear that, it's like, okay, good. This guy's looking at the right thing. At least in terms of how we look at things in here. And damn, the selling on SPY has picked up again. They're back at the low. There's a very quick movement in the last two candles. IW, you got some nice gains. IWM finally did what I wanted it 2 to 3 days ago. And yeah, shout out to Carter as well. Another great guy in the chat. He pulled this over here. If you're in premium, he does this in here. And premium. No, my bad. I'm literally clicking all over it. The small cap levels. He only posts IWM. Sometimes you'll see other people posting here too, like me or Leland, really, but that's rare. But it's mainly Carter's channel though, and he goes over exactly what he's wanting to, or what levels are important, and you can see like where he's gonna go from there. He's either looking over previous day high, previous day close. You can see he's got his previous day open marked. His previous day low lines up with the bigger time frame level, so he's got a very big level there. Got a nice zone down here in case it does fall. So it gives you everything you need to. But good job. I'm glad you stuck with that and kicked ass. It always feels good too, because if you dedicate a lot of time to a chart, it definitely sucks when you lose a trade or you feel like you're missing out. It sucks because you feel like you're applying all this energy for nothing. And I'm really glad you haven't like had that moment happen and then been like, all right, I'm done with this. Like I've yet to hear Carter be like, I'm done with IW. I'm so tired of this. I just want to quit. And I'm glad that you're just pushing through. Indeed posted a... Oh, we already read that. Thanks, man. Learn from the best. No, you didn't. Don't worry, I am here, lol. Oh, thank God, Andrew. Honestly, the entire stream was just a recording of me until you showed up. What's up, dude? We battled through it. No, that's good, Carter. I'm glad. I have a lot of people who do that. It's not even just in my community. It's a pretty normal thing, but it's like people don't expect the... It's weird. It's like they don't expect the stock to fight back, or if that makes sense. It's like when you're fishing, you know? It's like you wouldn't go fishing and be pissed off when a fish doesn't just jump up to the deck to you and be like, yo, I'm yours. Like, eat me. You gotta work for it. What's up? I'm gonna post a trade review. I would like your opinion. No problem. That's why it's called fishing and not catching. Exactly. But I don't know. That was just kind of what I thought of when I think of that too. It's like people are surprised that they're not instantly getting rich. It's like, well, duh. Are you spending $1 million to make $1 million? Like, that's like people's goal a lot of the time. I mean, you guys saw it in some of those meme videos. It's like, I gotta make a lot of money. You know, it's like, okay, but how are you gonna do that if you don't really know what to do? If you're just randomly doing things, you're gonna have to get lucky to make that money. And that's fine if it works. But I don't know. I don't like to go off luck. I feel like a lot of you guys probably don't like to go off luck. It's nice to feel lucky. I'm not gonna sit here and like, you know, bash anybody for wanting to feel that way. But you should definitely strive towards wanting to feel like calculated, you know. You should go off your intuition if you really want to go off of something, you know, based off of something that's popping up on your chart, right? If you have 5 things yelling to not do this, or to do this, or to do that, or to not do this, you should probably listen to yourself. Probably listen to that gut feeling. I'll go back to SPY, my bad. I was kind of curious to see if that low breaks. It did break a little bit, but they're wicking it again. So, very important level right here for sure. And it's funny because I believe this is the control point. This is the golden pocket of previous day. So this is halfway point of previous day, golden pocket of previous day, and they've rejected both with lower highs. So this is kind of screaming out to me that this should go down to 580. Just based off that alone. But we'll see. Nice 5-minute lead test. And yeah, and I'm going to go through a lot of reviews at the end of the stream. But go ahead and post yours, Andrew. Holy crap, Daffy fucking murdered it today. Still laughing at React's message. And good job, Garden Trader. Finally. This is what I wanted to see. I see Al Street did it as well. Shout out to Al Street. Alst, as I like to call him. Let's see. Who else replied to each other? Even more credit to you, Garden, because you didn't just give some bullshit response. I like that you actually gave something that they can take away from. Said, great job securing your profit. I'm always hesitant to hold when we are at all-time highs. That's amazing. Thank you for making someone else feel part of the group. But also not just giving some bullshit comment. That's like a double cherry on top. You actually gave something to eat. I wrote in chat my plan. My first price target was previous day open and low. Then it... Is PHL the previous higher low? I'm assuming. It did make a low of day, but only by a couple of cents. Maybe I just wasn't lucky enough on this play. Cut at the 50 fib. Oh, fib mark for a loss of 35%. Let's see here. These were shorts, right? Yeah. Okay, I see what you did. You entered on the first golden pocket re-breakdown, I guess I should say. No, I would say it just didn't work out. Actually, some people look at this and be like, bro, why are you entering so late? It's like, he's really not, though. He's he's entering right as it's exiting the golden pocket. Which, it's to be fair, that candle... Maybe we could do this, Andrew. I'm going to give you an actual response that doesn't give you bullshit, and it's actually going to help you with this trade. Because you're going to probably look for this exact trade blueprint, as I would, too. This is a very good trading opportunity. Trading off that exact fib, dude, it's like one of the best opportunities you can take advantage of. So let's do this. On your first chart, is that the 5-minute chart? It is. On the first chart, on the 5-minute, let's set our new rule for this. If the candle that is breaking, like where we want to enter on, if that 5-minute candle is breaking both of the fibs, let's take that as a lot of sellers are there. And a quick amount of time, and maybe we're too early. Let's take that as let's wait for the better retest. If we see something break the 50 and this, I don't know what your golden pocket is. I have mine set it. Okay, you have it set to mine as well. Good shit. The fullest extent of it. So now you know the fullest extent of the golden pocket is broken, right? And the 50% all in the same move. Also, let me see if you marked this correctly. Did you even mark this fib right? Where did you mark from? You went from... Oh, I see what you did. You didn't do this fib. You did this fib. Hold up. What am I looking at? Alright, hold on. We are going to review someone's trade now. So I actually am curious at this now. So you grabbed your fib from these highs to this low. I don't know, I just feel like this fib isn't drawn correctly. Maybe I'm tripping. You know, if I see the breakdown like this, like, you gotta remember, the breakdown happened from up here, right? And I think you even mentioned it. Let's see, real quick. One second. Cut at the low, previous to low. No, you didn't say it. Okay, never mind then. But pre-market low is right here, right? Previous day close is right here. So there is something right here. But that's where it definitely broke. So let's go from the first high that actually ended up being there before the breakdown. That would be about right here. So if you grabbed the top of that candle, top of that candle, top of that candle, it's all about the same. But this would be the correct way to grab the fib, in my opinion. And you could see this in all of my breakdowns. But I would say your fib was actually off, but your trade was fine. Your trading blueprint, like what you're trying to do, none of that's wrong. That's all fine.
I actually like a lot of what you were trying to do. But in my opinion, this fib isn't right. You're grabbing from where the end pulse move is, and that's just not fair in my opinion. Maybe it does give you good kind of control area, like if you're grabbing from here to here, or wherever to here, wherever you went from. Wait, did you draw upward on that? Oh, that's another thing. I don't think you're supposed to. Yeah, you're definitely not supposed to draw that up. I don't know. I just don't like that fib. I'm gonna be honest. I like your trade blueprint though, like what you were trying to do, your entry, your exit, off of what. But I would say you really need to go from where we broke down from to the first low that's made, and look for where control is from there. Because this is how I draw my midterm retest fib all the time. And let's see here. And I also like this. I didn't even praise you for this, but this is actually fucking genius. And if you go through any of my live trades, I have an entire 2 playlists full of trades that I've done. Half of them are literally doing this exact trade that you did. A breakdown occurs to whatever extent. I draw the fib. I come down. I do most of my drawing on the 5 minute, and then I go down to the 1 minute to make my actual trade. Right. So I'm not gonna trade the first time it exits this, as much as I would love to. You know, I want to be a little bit more patient. Probably looking at the second time, at the very least, because I know that the first time it touches it isn't always going to be the cleanest look at this, right? Especially on the 1 minute, because it's very rapid. They end up having lows here. They end up holding lows. So I'm going to add a couple dotted lines here. That's a horrible level. Let's redraw that. And I'm adding a dotted line because this isn't a level I would actually physically draw, but you should definitely have this in your, like, in your head. So kind of going off of these 2 areas here and here, right? So they hit it once, come back up, hit it again. Not a bad look, honestly. Not like a bearish engulfing or anything, but pretty nice size seller candle in the 1 minute compared to the previous, as they're rejecting this as a lower high. So instead of just going, oh, one good rejection, awesome, I'm in. Now I have 2 things telling me that it's rejecting, and I can have a little bit more confidence than the first time it reached it. And I have good, like a good game plan here. Again, if it crosses above my halfway point towards 583s, I'm probably out of that trade. I'm not going to be sitting in that much longer. Let's see what it does from there, just for review sake. Lower high is made, another lower high is made. So, I mean, just a couple things to give you more confidence. It didn't really dump instantly. Actually, this one's pretty good. And then it finally made it into those lows. It's actually where they just won their recent battle. But yeah, I would just say I don't like how that fib is drawn, honestly. And if you are going to draw that fib to cover this area, I would probably draw it from the 1 minute. Because this is what you're trading off of. And it's not that much amount of room. Let's see here, though. What would that look like? I'm pretty sure in this picture... I can't tell what direction you drew this fib, but I'm pretty sure this fib is also upside down. But I can't tell because your chart's like so clean and like lined up. Let's see, you said other trade AMD puts mentioned in charts before open. Myself and Ripcord did well. I did actually see you and Ripcord talk about this. I did see this. I went back and I was reviewing and I was like, oh hey, Ripcord's typing. And then I saw he mentioned you and I was like, damn, okay. Him and Andrew are trading together. That's good. Oh my god, did you actually catch that first dip? You're actually him. Hold up. I saw this and I was like these are the kind of trades, Andrew. These, you'll see me mention these, and I'll say people are crazy when they take them. I only say that because like there's a lot of risk here, but I like to see that those work out for people because the theory should work for you, right? The theory is if it's breaking a level, it should go to the next one before showing any amount of buying, right? Or at least the halfway point to that level, right? And that's the theory behind our entire system. And it just dumped. So it did what you wanted. It did what you needed. Oh my god, I just realized you didn't even have to sell here. Where did you actually sell? You sold towards the bigger candle. That's crazy. Hold up. That's actually a crazy trade. That's a lot of movement. You know, looking at this, you're probably like, oh, that's actually not that bad. No, it's alright. That's a huge amount of movement. This candle closed at 161.40. This candle opened at 158.28. That's a lot of movement. Bam. That's not a lead test fib, to let you know. I just want you to know that. I'm reading your comments on YouTube now, so that's why I'm answering you so insanely late. That's not a lead test, though. It is a lead test, but the way you drew it, it wasn't. But I'm glad you're going for that kind of trade. That has been your bread and butter. Good shit, Carter. Yeah, IWM, man. No problem with that. Morning, my internet was F this morning. Just swapped out the modem. Jesus, dude. But Andrew and Ripcord, seriously, this is probably one of the more impressive trades of the day. Just because it's so clean. It actually did keep going. I say clean. When I say clean, I want you guys to understand. I don't mean, like, his trade, like, because it dumped a lot, it's clean. Like, no, it's clean because the spacing between the levels, the spacing between the zones, the spacing between everything, the candlesticks, the levels that actually did break for him to be in the trade. I actually like this a lot. That's very, very nice. Did Nvidia even do anything half of that? Oh, I did it by ABC order. I just almost had a heart attack looking at this chart. What the fuck? The hell happened today? Dude, tech is down. Bro. Hold up. We literally just went over this in stream. This is insane. Filled the gap and some. And some. They're under 2 days of price action. That is crazy. By theory, this should go to 228. But we'll see if some buyers pop up. It's definitely not irregular or abnormal to see a buyer candle show up after a day like this. And what I mean by that is a buyer candle up towards like a resistance and it's still bearish. This is what is also known as an impulse move. It's just to kind of bring life back to the chart. And then off of that, you kind of look to see what control you can get. But that's actually nuts. Damn, there's some really good posts in review chat today, post charts today. Y'all should check out post charts as well just now. Al Street posted something. Yes, that fib is wrong. You're going... So, that fib's not wrong in terms of... Here, I'll show you. Like... If you're going to go for a retest trade, you can't go off of where it fell to. Like, you're going off of this. And you drew it like this, technically. That's insanely wrong. This is... I'm not saying the fib is wrong. Like, this is fine. But you're, like, way too early if you're going to use a fib like this. I get... This is okay. I'm not saying it's wrong. Like, if you draw this, what comes from it is wrong. No. But you didn't draw this. You drew it backwards. That's why I was saying it was wrong. This, if you're going off of this, like actually drawing it from the low to the high where it made, now you're drawing a fib that tracks the impulse move, and that's fine. Because now you're getting direction on where it's going. But you can't just enter off of the first time it exits this. Like, you kind of need to go off of the retest of this. If you've reviewed the lead test, you've noticed it's a lower high retest, right? Let me make that clear. Lower high retest, right? Lower highs. This is just an open range breakout, right? This is what you're going for. The retest of the impulse move. It takes a lot longer than just the first time exiting. So you kind of just took a 40% entry, is why I was saying it like that. I was just trying to be very harsh. You wanted me to look at your trade, so I'm going to be critical on it. If you want to catch the actual trade and the actual lead test, because it also kind of annoys me because I see lead test thrown around so lazily in chat, and then I look and somebody's posting something that looks nothing like a lead test. This is a lead test. It's a retest of the lower high. Lower high retest. That is what a lead test is. So this is an open range breakout. You might think it's a retest because, oh, but it came off of the lower high, it fell through. It's literally just an open range move though. It just exited. It didn't go up and fail this yet. It just exited that. It still has to go up to fail that. Right? Which actually, this is pretty clean on the 5-minute. You get an inside bar and a breakdown. And then they give you the retest that you were looking for. Like, in my eyes, your trade isn't here. Your trade is here. Right? And this is where Leland strives. Because he's really good at finding where the lower high is. He's really good at finding the retest of the lower high. He's really good at having patience to even get to this part of the day. Right? And you got to commend people on that, too. Just being here. This is fucking 3 hours into the day before this pops up, right? Another 3.5 hours have gone by, and you're just now getting a bearish retest, right? This is a lead test right here. All of this. This is the lead test. That's why I was being so critical on your review. Because it was off in a couple ways. And you're thinking, and I'm not trying to get on to you because your thinking is correct. Like, how you're looking at it is right. Like, please don't change that. Please. Because you're looking at it the right way. But the way it was drawn, the way it was thought about, I guess, was just wrong. But the way you're looking at it is right. Hold on, I'm trying to look at another one now. And you're good, Andrew. I just had to say that I was being harsh because some people will be like, why the fuck are you being so mean to me? It's like, why the fuck did you ask me to look at your trade if you're not expecting me to be critical? Like, what the hell? Excuse my language, but like, I want you guys to grow. I don't want you to like be buttered cupped up to and shit. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. If your fib is wrong, I'm gonna let you know. If your terminology is wrong, we're gonna let you know. Because I can't have 10 people in chat typing Lee test and only 2 of them know what the hell they're talking about. You know? And now you know the difference. Now you can go correct people. Now you can be like, hey, Jack, your fib's wrong. But I liked what you were looking for, though. I like that you kind of have that level of thinking where you're looking for, like, control areas. And that's good, because that's how you should be looking at it. Right? Like, oh, they made a dump here. Now, and that's why I really push you to draw this fib before you even get to this one. Maybe you weren't watching all morning. I don't know. I'm not 100%. But if you are here in the morning and you see a breakdown like this, draw it, right? Where's the last high? Where was it before it fell? Way up here, right? Then it fell. Where's the first low? Here. All right, awesome. Use that level of thinking to find a trade off of that area. This is the most powerful retest there is. The midterm retest, it's hidden, right? Everybody's looking for obvious retest of this level, right? Because this is where it fell from, right? This is obvious. It's not always going to happen. You can see it didn't really happen today. They kind of fell and broke it, and I guess it did kind of give you one. But it still wasn't as obvious as what probably most people are looking for. Then it gave the good move, right? So how can we be a part of that? And this could have put you into trades, honestly, into this first move, and you probably would have had a profitable move here. But either way. And then that's where the lead test came in, because it's like, oh, lower highs. It's a lot of thinking and a lot of talking. Also, I like the XLK chart, which I'm happy we went over this in the Lifetime stream on Saturday, because this was insane. Not just today, but the last couple days. The fact that we held it, flew off of it, started up higher again, and then massive dump by the tech sector. Again, this is going to bring this kind of reaction on SPY. Does anybody know why? Why would XLK have so much effect on this chart? Why does XLK dumping hurt this chart? Does anybody want to tell me why? Let's see who remembers. I know you guys know this. I'm going to delete this, by the way, because I just want to focus on what's here. Very indecisive candle here. That's honestly something other trading communities don't have. Oh, like being harsh. I've seen a lot of communities be harsh, but in the most insane ways. I've seen owners of groups, and you can even... Some of my mods who have been in other chats could, tell you this as well. But there's a lot of people in different chats that will literally bash each other for not making enough money or for not being up enough. It's like, what? This is crazy. Again, guys, I want to see you guys replying to each other's posts. Make sure you guys are taking it upon yourself to at least have a little bit of time to go through and reply to others. To answer y'all's question, it's because it is the largest sector in the stock market. That has not changed. It will never change. But it is the heaviest sector in the market. That is why, sorry, I answered y'all insanely late. That is why XOK would have this effect on the SPY chart. It's because it is the heaviest weight, as it will probably always be. Tech is just such an important part of now and the future. And the largest companies are in that portfolio. Nothing you can do about that. Alright, back to SPY. I just want to see what's going on. Very important to know some of your top weights. I really only push you guys to know the top like 3, 4, or 5. Just because it really is kind of pointless to, to remember the rest in terms of weighting. Now, it's cool to know all the sectors. You should still go out and learn all of them. What do they mean? Which one? And you should also know I'm not looking at like... There's different types of ways of looking at the sectors too. I'm not going to get into all that because it's going to hurt someone's head. But just understand that we're not looking at every single sector. We're really only focused on the heaviest ones, the ones that have the most impact on SPY's movement. If you see all 5 of these with a green candle at the same time, you are probably seeing a green candle on SPY. Because again, these represent a very large chunk of the market. Again, if I go to SPY, I click Analyze, I click Fundamentals, I look right here on this screen. You can actually see tech is 32%, healthcare, which is XLV, 11.4, XLF, XLY, XLC, right? These are the main 5 I look at. So how much is that? 30, 40, 50, 52, 53, 61, 69, 78. So pretty large chunk of SPY in just those first few sectors. And you can see how much of it is just in tech. So you can see every time tech has a gap up or a gap down, SPY is probably experiencing some sort of movement in its extended hours due to that. So, and it's okay if you guys don't get some of these right in terms of order from 2 to 5, because these do move around a lot. Most of the time healthcare is number 2, but you'll sometimes see it move. But for the most part, tech is always the heaviest. Healthcare and banks, discretionary and comms kind of run around between 2nd and 5th. They like to change. They like to change a lot. When I first started out, I remember I thought only it was always tech, discretionary. Or no, it was always tech, healthcare, discretionary, comms, banks. Banks were always fifth, but it's weird because today banks are third in weight and very close to second. Oh, and that's okay, Garden. At least you were close. You know that it's important, though. That's all that matters. And good job, Garden. I was actually praising you earlier. I don't know if you caught that or not. But I was praising you for your replying to different things in chat. Also, the posting. There's so many good posts in there. Spy hit previous day low. Great call out. Yeah, damn near. All right, well, that might be. And Andrew, you know, kind of based on like theory and how many times we've seen this, you know, what does that tell us when SPY makes such a large move up and then such a large move down? You know, now that we've made it down to previous day low, what does that tell us? What does that tell us as a non-biased trader? Again, looking at both bull and bearish opportunity, what would that tell us? It's ranging, exactly. And that it's probably okay if we're not looking for more shorts from here, because again, it's made a pretty large move. Again, I'm not saying how dare you if you ever short this chart ever again today. Like if the opportunity presents itself, take it, right? But most of the time we're kind of telling ourselves in this scenario, okay, well, I'll probably be looking at a base build here, or it's, you know, or this is it. You know, this could just be it for the day. But either way, you know, it tells you something. Even if it does nothing, it tells you something, right? And you guys need to be able to use those tools more. That's just context. Like we talked about all last week, the week before. It's just context. You're just using what has happened to help you figure out what may happen. It's increasing probability for us to probably range, which actually isn't that bad, guys, because let's be honest, this is a pretty large range we got here. So I think we're okay with this. Just because, you know, if we had a range that was between like $1 or $2, it'd be a lot rougher on trading opportunities. But you can't sit here and say there was nothing that happened. You can't say there was nothing that happened here today. And you can't say there was nothing that didn't happen the day before. There was a lot of movement. A really good clean retest that happened across the day as long as you were patient. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of really good movement lately. Definitely can't complain. I was not here for coin yesterday, but I saw all about it. Very happy to see that too, because this is one of the charts I go over on a weekly basis. So I'm very happy to see it off of the base build. And we talked about this too. If it doesn't exit this area, I'm expecting it to at least smack the 50%. It did that all in a day. And then it used that opportunity to gap up to the golden pocket and smack the top of the range. And now it's just giving us this insanely indecisive candle. So now they're going to have fun just liquidating people and just kind of sitting up here for a bit, probably. Making it indecisive, making people blow their money. Very awesome move, though, by the coin chart. I'm just happy to see charts move when we actually go over them. Like, I don't really care about this because I didn't go over it. You know, I can't sit here and... I don't have anything invested in it, you know? Planning or money. I do want to look at Netflix. Whoa. I do want to look at Netflix, though. I really do think this is going to be a good swing trade opportunity soon. I don't know about today, but just eventually. Oh, that sucks. They have earnings soon. I was going to say, I think calls actually look good, but fuck that. Nvidia, AMD, both having insane movement in the past, not just today, past couple weeks. And this is why I like to look at them as well every single week. Nvidia, AMD just move so damn good. I don't know what I have drawn here. Tesla, pretty indecisive after being sold off. And UPS still coming up out of the trenches a little bit. Apple, all-time high. Kind of makes you wonder, where's Microsoft? Kind of makes you wonder, if you have Apple breaking all-time highs, we'll just say at all-time high. We won't say breaking it and destroying it. But look how far down Microsoft is compared to Apple. And you're telling me these are the top two weights of the same sector? One of these is lying its ass off, and one of these needs to recover. So we'll see what happens eventually, but those are going to come closer together very soon. I can't say the same with like that same relationship with other stocks. Like I couldn't say the same to you about like Meta and Google or Meta and Netflix. Just because they're in the same sector doesn't mean they have to be in the same area as each other. But Apple and Microsoft are historically known to push together, drop together. They really are a dominant force together. If you can get a trade in the direction of those two in the same way, you know, if they're both going up or both going down and you're trading that direction, there's a very good chance you're getting really good movement. By the way, if you guys don't have this marked, I'm not mad at you. I just threw it up because I didn't like how much room was here. These are, again, just the previous day, halfway point, and golden pocket. I'm not using anything fancy. I just wanted a clear chart. Plus, it's easy to think about when you're zoomed in over here, because if you think about it, you're just looking at like a break, like a barrier right here. You got a little bit of an area here. You got an area way down here, and one level right here. So... and it looks like they are going to give us that 90% at the previous day open. Perfect little bounce at the previous day low. So we got two things telling us that buyers are somewhat present here now. Whoops, zoom in a little bit differently. Are somewhat present around this area. And welcome everybody. Definitely drop a thumbs up on the stream. Share the stream link around to anybody. And yeah, welcome. Glad to have you. If you guys are in the Discord as well, feel free to type in there if you want. I am kind of looking at both, so just be patient with me. I switch back and forth between them and read them. But I try to read as pretty much every comment during the stream, just because I want you guys to feel part of it too. Plus, I actually like a lot of your signals. If I see someone mentioning something I'm looking at, I'm going to pay attention. I'm not going to let some level of thinking ruin that for me. You know, if you see someone else post and you're like, well, I don't know that person. I don't know that they're worth a shit. Okay, it doesn't matter if they're worth a shit. What are they saying? If Andrew's telling me SPY hit previous day low, by God, SPY's hitting previous day low. It doesn't matter if he has less trades than me or if he's better than me. It doesn't matter. Don't let that get in your way. Pay attention to the info. And honestly, all of you should be updated on SPY. You shouldn't be you shouldn't even be worried about that. And I don't mean like current price. I mean like you should have all the levels ready, right? So if somebody in chat's mentioning something, you should have pretty good context on that already. Just because, again, you have other info. It's not just a couple levels. That's a really big thing, too, with my system, is that I think at first glance, you're like, oh, he just trades off levels. That's all he does. Like, no, it's not just levels. There's a lot more going on. We actually have, it's a theory-based system. You know, if you really do break down what we're doing here, you'll understand we're not just trading off of levels. We go off of context. Like I say, we use context like a book. You know, when you have that intuition in the back of your head and you're like, I feel like I can kind of guess the end of this movie. Guess what? That's because you've been watching a movie for an hour and you have context on what's been going on, and you should have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. Just like on the chart. You've been watching it for a couple hours now. You've been watching it for a couple days now. You should have pretty good context on where it's trying to go next. Maybe not all the time, but at certain points, you should definitely have enough context to tell you, all right, well, 80% tells me it's doing this, 20% is telling me it's doing this. You know? So if you think about it, our system is based off of levels, but it's really based off of probability. It has nothing to do with any of that other stuff. And that's a really big problem with most people's strategies when they do use levels. They don't have that backing to it, right? If you're just trading off of levels, you're going to be thrown in a loop a lot more than not, right? It's very chaotic. But if you have something behind the levels, like, oh, if it does this, we do this. That's now a condition, right? That's a parameter I'm giving myself, or for that level, or for that chart at that moment, right? That's a condition. That's something that creates higher probability for me to have success, right? It has something that I can work with, right? Instead of just randomosity. It's not just chaos, right? I can actually look at it and be like, all right, well, it's bullish if it's this, it's bearish if it's that. And you should be able to see that within moments. Unless you just have a very, uncharted chart in front of you. Or something you've not looked at. That makes sense. But again, get your context on it. It all comes down to that. So don't just look at your levels and be like, well, I trade levels, I trade price action. No, you trade a little bit more than that. It's not just price action. It's probability. And then it's kind of up to you at that point, if you think about it. If you want to break it all down to the finest detail, it's really up to you to make that decision on where you want to risk on that on certain probabilities of the chart, right? So definitely take your time and understand that you really aren't just trading levels. It's a whole lot more than that. And that's again why I kind of had to come out with those videos, like order of operations. I had to come out with videos that literally tell you what order you should be seeing things, right? And that's why I push so much emphasis behind watching those, because it really is. There's an order to things. If this happens, then this is what it's telling you. If that happens, then this is what it's telling you. You know, you just got to go through it. How's the music, by the way, the volume? Is it fine? To be fair, Andrew, it's most Chinese stocks. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I personally don't like to watch this market anymore. There's just too many inconsistencies, and I like to trade with consistencies, like I just got finished talking about. China is just all over the place, and I actually am like pretty bullish on them. But I mean, when I say that though, I'm meaning like from now to like 40 years from now. I'm saying I'm bullish on them. I'm not saying like I'm bullish on Chinese stocks either. I'm not. I don't buy into that crap. And honestly, anybody who does, like, they'll sit there and give you the only justified argument somebody has trading those is, well, I'm not going to let opportunity pass me up. Okay, fine. Then go have it. Have at it. I'm going to go have the more consistent opportunity. But in terms of, like, trading them, I just can't. I just want to short them all the time. I'm too mentally bearish in terms of, like, the companies that are there. In terms of the policies that are there. They're about to get screwed on Donnie Trump's trade bid, so they're not about to be up on us, that's for sure. They're gonna wish they played ball. That was really awesome too, the trade war. Honestly, the trading war was, I think, the only catalyst I enjoyed. COVID was alright, I guess, but the drama that came with COVID was not worth it. Dude, somebody stop me from looking at Netflix. I need to remove this from my watch list right now. I do not need to trade that as its IV is picking up into earnings. But damn, does it look good. They're gonna wish they crazy seeing this chart too, because excuse me. Okay, every chart's just the exact same. My bad. Um, it's funny because I've been going over this chart every day for almost 3 weeks now, in chat or with myself to kind of keep it going before I post it in chat again. But it's funny because this is a gap fib range. This is a gap fib range, and it just perfectly traded between them before breaking down and perfectly rejecting away from it. So it wasn't really on my list to jump into this as a trade, but seeing that on the bigger time frame and then seeing this break down in the first 5 minutes, now that I'm looking back at it, this makes your trade even more genius, Andrew. Because I'm just now reviewing, I'm just now catching up to some of this movement. But this, I mean, I can't get over that. Like, if you think about it, this candle is actually a confirmation of the daily time frame. What's up, Doctor? Would it be valid to use the fib from 1230 high to... Oh, my bad. Let me get to the chart. Zoom in. Valid to use the fib from 1230 to 130 low. So that'd be 1130 to 1230 my time. 1130 to 1230. Yes, that would be wrong. Before I tell you why it would be wrong in terms of how to draw it, why would it be wrong? Before I move it. Or I'm not going to say wrong, invalid. Let me say invalid, because that is proper terminology. My sole reason for entering that trade was the supply from October to... Damn, Andrew. That's crazy. Yeah, you can see I had a lot of TA on that. I didn't touch it or look at it today, but looking back at that candle... And you could see it backtesting with my 2A days, man. I've been posting AMD like crazy because I love AMD. I love the options chain. I love the movement. I love everything about AMD. But great job. I was just really recommending you on that because after further review, I actually realized what your trade actually did. Your trade was a whole lot more than just a break of a supply. It was like 100 things at once. You actually caught probably the most passive retest you could take from the bigger time frame, but you probably didn't even realize it because you were trading on the smaller time frames. But it's just crazy looking at it that way because I was looking at it in a completely different way. But it just, again, I'm basically just saying your trade was 1,000 times more bearish than you might have known, and I'm very happy for you. And if you did know, even better. The fib on the screen is backwards? No. No, the fib's fine because you have to go in the direction of price. Price is going down. We're in lower highs right now. All we've done is drop and lower highs, so direction is fine. The reason it is wrong is because this is not your first low. Your first established low from this high was right here. So it's not really fair to ignore this, right? Wait, what the hell just happened to my chart? Oh, I extended it. That was even more confusing. I thought I added a different one. So in my opinion, it's not really fair to go from here to here because you're kind of ignoring, where buyers definitely appeared for a small amount of time. No, it's not a bad guess. You're good. I just want you to know. I want you to know. I'm asking you this way so you know for next time. So if you are wrong, that's okay. We're all learning here. And plus, this helps me too, Doctor, because honestly, like, it can be very confusing sometimes when you see price. So it's really good to kind of repeat these things to yourselves, and me included. I'm really talking to myself now because you really need to make this info concrete. But that's my reasoning. Like, it's just hard to ignore that. Now, is it to say that if you draw a fib like this for information, is it wrong? No. There's nothing wrong about any fib anyone draws. But in my opinion, based on how we draw, like, it's just not fair. Because, I mean, what is this really even doing for you? We know that the low is right here. We know that they have a lower high here. We know that they retested this. This is all known. It's not like I need to figure out that this is the control point. if you think about it, you would already know that because you have your high from your open candle here, you know. So it's like, okay, well, all good in if it's under that, you know. And then at that point, what's the point of even drawing a fib, right? That's my point. But that was my breakdown. Anybody can feel free to disagree with me, but this is the system. I'm not making up shit on the fly. You know, this is just me going back to the same rules that have always existed. It also kind of ties into what are you going for, though, you know? Because I think when people hear me, they think like, oh, I'm only allowed to draw fibs that way. Like, no, you could draw fibs whatever way you want, but it depends what are you going for, you know? If you're drawing this, then I know you're going for a retest of the first seller move, right? This sold off of this, who has control. So you might not even be using this to catch a trade sometimes. You might be using this just to figure out who has control still, right? Maybe you're trading something else. Maybe you're just watching. Maybe you've already got your opportunity for the day. So it really depends what are you using it for. You got to remember, every time you use a fib, every time you use a price level tool, every time you use a rectangle, every time you use an oval, every time you use a trend line, it's just information is really all it is. So don't look at everything in terms of like, am I getting into this for calls or am I getting into this for puts? You know, don't look at it like that every single time you see something. Like, maybe just establish what direction do I think this is going in, or where is it trying to go? What is it doing? What is it telling me? Point these things out to yourself. Give yourself context, like in a book, like I was saying earlier, or a movie. But good question, Doctor. I'm glad we got to go over that together, because, and I say this a lot, honestly, but sometimes people might be scared to ask certain questions because they're scared of being wrong or being criticized or being pointed out for not knowing something. You guys really need to understand that, like, this is not the place for that, right? If you want to ask something and you think it's stupid, please, for the love of God, ask. It's better to rip that band-aid off now than it is later. And you're probably not even going to get criticized that much. You might even get praised for asking the question. So, please, guys, do not feel like you should be, like we're going to castrate you, you know, if you don't know something instantly. Like, it's okay. We're all learning here. There's moments where even you might know everything, and then you make a mistake, and you're like, all right, well, I need to rework on that. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm at the point where I can identify the words, but still learning how to use the words to form sentences. There you go. That's a really good metaphor, I guess. That's a metaphor, right? Really good example, though. But yeah, Doctor, there you go. I need to remember that, honestly. I need to take that from you. I can identify the words, but I'm still learning how to use the words to form sentences. You got all the pieces there. You just got to put it together. And that's why I'm kind of talking about what I'm talking about now, because I think a lot of you are at this point. I don't think any of you are at the point of, like, do you know where pre-market low and pre-market high is? Do you know where... I don't think you guys are at this point. I think you guys are far beyond that. You guys are far beyond that, and you're into the part of... Like I was saying earlier, it's like theory-based system. You know, you're looking at the probabilities of the chart. Seriously, go through the order of operations and re-listen to everything I say. I think you'll hear the video a little bit differently now that you guys understand what you're looking for. But it really does go over what should happen next. What should happen if this happens? You know, I go over all of that. And then another cool video that's kind of like theory-based, I guess you could say, was that video I was telling you guys about before. I don't remember the name of the video, so we're just going to type one word and hopefully find it. There it is. All right, so here it is. There's this video, like, this is all about that. And look, 17 likes in this video. Like, that's crazy. Like, this right here, this video is the single reason anybody who uses a system with levels in it sucks. Because they don't understand this concept. They don't understand order of operations. They don't understand the phases of the day, you know, the probabilities of what you've been using, right? If you have, let's say 2/3 of the day are just dropping all day, right? Is it really fair for me to look at that and be like, well, I'm going to jump in for puts? No, probably not. Yo, it's React. React, why were you so hungry for McDonald's at 6:30 a.m.? My time, at least. I was reading through the trading results and I saw your conversation. That had me dead, I'm not going to lie. Tobias said, you know what's the end of the world? I made some money Friday, so I impulse bought an iPad. Jesus. Dude, iPads are sick. Don't hate on the iPad. I have an iPad. I was a sucker just like you. Now, to be fair, I use mine when I travel to bias because it's like really easy to use. Quarter pounder popped in my head. Yeah, bro, I was reading through that chat and I was like, damn, this guy's making me hungry. But then I saw the time on it and I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Yo, React, I got McDonald's because of you. I might have to get some shitty food today because of that. It's making me kind of hungry. Dude's making me fat. Just got a MacBook for my birthday from my girl so I can trade on the go. Hey, there you go. Bam. Damn, you got a real one. She got you an iPad 4 trading on it? That's actually real as fuck. Keep her. Happy birthday, by the way. I don't know when your birthday was, but I was probably late on it. What the hell am I reading in chat? Andrew goes, dropshipping doesn't work anymore. Misi, what do you mean it doesn't work? I just bought a course off YouTube. Am I screwed now? Andrew says, what you buy? Hustlers University Premium Plus? I like how you added the plus. Misi goes, no, I got the Lambo Platinum Edition. Paid extra too, damn. The plus got me, honestly. Professional gambler now. It was October 5th. Oh, okay. I'm not that late. Happy belated birthday. And even though we have sold off all day, it actually looks like they're not done. If this little retest ends up holding, this definitely could send it back down, considering buyers are not really holding anything. I actually have to zoom the chart down again. This is why it pays to leave some of your older zones. I don't like to leave them too long, but if I see it's not really interacting with them too much, I'll just take them off. But if I see they're using it back and forth, like a support or a resistance over the course of different days, I'll just end up leaving it and just seeing how much impact it has. And you can see it's probably going to work towards that if it does end up projecting away from 581.20s. And maybe we can look for some sign of life by buyers down there, but who knows. And thank you guys. Thank you for the amount of likes on today's stream. We've had a little over 80 people click on just to check in. We have almost 20 likes on today's stream. Thank you again. And definitely be sure to remind people or share the link around that these are the new stream times, just because I know there's a lot of people out there who are probably looking for someone to watch in the morning, and we're just not here. To be honest, I'm glad to not be doing the morning streams anymore. That shit's way too chaotic, and I really feel like making you guys look at this stuff more on your own is going to help out more. And you could see the growth in the chat, and it's only been almost a week. It hasn't even been a full week yet. There are so many people in chat who are honestly doing so great on their own, and then they have time to come in here at the end of the day and just kind of catch up or review later on in the chat. It's fine. But I just don't think our chat needs this babying anymore in the morning. So I'm just really happy to see more people grow. They still have the gap, but also I am bullish. Just you're honest. Just going to do some work. We'll be back. See you later, Andrew. I just want to listen to your voice while I take the trades you taught us to take. If you guys want, we can do another morning stream. I honestly just don't know what people like. Like, nobody replies when I ask what does everyone want, because my usual people, and I'm not making fun of my usual people, I actually appreciate them more than anything. they'll be like, oh yeah, it's fine, that's fine. They'll never tell me like which one to do. They're just like, oh yeah, it's fine, you're doing great. Like, fuck, tell me which one. Full stream every day. No, that would kill me. That would be fun though, but it would kill me. Work harder, dude. Yeah. No, I should just work harder and quit complaining. Even though I wasn't really complaining. 20 months. Holy shit, Jack. I like warning just to get that extra set of eyes. It's just, I've seen my pressure in some of you. I've seen some of you be in bullish plays or bearish plays, and maybe I'm not even targeting y'all, right? Sometimes I don't know what trades y'all are in, and then I start covering the chart, and I start saying, oh, well, it's bullish as long as it does this, and it's bearish as long as it does this. By me doing that, I promise your ears are only hearing what it wants to hear. Like, if you're in a bullish play, you're probably only hearing me say how... And not the good things, the bad things. It's probably not a good thing. It's probably like, you're in a bullish play, I'm saying, oh, it's bullish, it does this. You probably somewhat hear me talk about the bullish things to help out your play. But then you definitely end up hearing me say, but it's bearish if it does this. And then as soon as something happens, I swear to God, I see those people cut their losses so much quicker. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? You're shaky. What are you doing? And I can literally feel my pressure in people, in our chat at least, because it literally makes them lose their trades quicker instead of just writing it out or seeing what they were going to do without me. So that's why I could literally see it in some people. So I hope that's not affecting them anymore, but I've definitely seen it before, and I've heard some people have even admitted to it. Have even admitted to being like, well, I was bullish and then you said this. It's like, I didn't just say a bearish comment. If you ever listen to what I'm saying, I never just sit here and say, this is definitely going to fall to here. This is definitely going to go up here in a matter of an hour and 29 minutes. Like, no, I've never once done that. I always talk about, it looks good to go down to here as long as it does this. I set a condition. If it does this, it should do this. I'm setting a condition. Because again, I have a system in place. I have a theory basis. I know what I'm looking at in the correct order, right? Now, am I going to get it in that correct order? No, not every time. And I really wish I could, because that would be awesome. But I'm not going to get what I want every time. And neither are you. Just in terms of trades and opportunities. It's just, we want them to happen, but they're not going to happen every time. Yeah, with less streams, there has been a insane amount of activity in the chat. That is true. Which is nice, because I feel like there's a lot of lurkers, and that's not a bad thing. I was a lurker at one point. I didn't like to talk. But there's a lot of really cool people to take away from now. Whereas in the beginning of our chat, it really was kind of relying on like me, username, Big O, and like 2 other people. Like that was it. But now, you really can just look around, and almost every single person who is actively talking in chat is a very strong and confident leader using the BB system, using whatever you want to call this system. I don't care what you call it. Call it your own system for all I care. Also, guys, just a heads up, if you have access to the courses and you are someone who actively looks at them, you are probably going to lose access within the next month. I think there's a backlog they do where you can still use your login and watch it all and stuff, but no one else will be able to buy it because I'm not doing Teachable anymore. It just costs too much. But I am going to, I've already made it, but if you show me proof that you own the courses, you can reach out to me and I will give you a link and it will show you everything. And there's also extra stuff. It's not just the courses. So I have moved it to an online little Discord server. But I've made it to where everything is there. The quizzes, the posts, everything. And then there's extra shit too, just because I was kind of getting ahead of myself. But there's a lot. So if you are someone who ends up losing access to the course, or you don't know where it was, or you don't know how to get it again, or you're someone who does have a login and you're just tired of using Teachable, you can just reach out to me and ask me for an invite. But I do need proof, so make sure you have that. Of course, if you're a lifetime member, just literally check lifetime chat. You already have it. It's yours. You own it. Yo, real talk though, anybody play any cool games lately or anything cool outside of trading? Anybody do anything? It's mine? By golly. I'm gonna flip it, reverse it, and 10 times my profits. I'm digging the lunch. Wait. I'm digging the lunch to end of day deal boss. Works for my morning work routine. Maybe we'll try to do a Friday thing though. Maybe I'll try to work that in so everybody gets a best of both worlds. I like React's idea. But I do like what you and Carter said, Alexis. I do prefer these. It's a little bit more relaxed. I'm not as focused on like getting plays out or talking about what's happening on the chart. Like I can go over things. I can tell you what's going on. We can talk about what's going to possibly happen next. And then it's honestly up to you. Also, the 2-a-day posts, those are still going. I'm not going to do those on days I don't think there's going to be any movement. Like yesterday I didn't do it because the banks weren't open. So I just thought less people would have their funds. And I was correct. But if there's like a big news day, I'm going to try not to do it. If there's like something else going on, I'll try not to do it. But you'll get 2-a-days every week. So just be on the lookout for those. Definitely pay attention. Most of them have worked out. We're doing pretty good. And when they don't work out, it's pretty clear. You know, it's not like I'm saying they're not working out like you're caught in a trade, you're losing. Like, no, sometimes they just don't give you a trade, and that's fine. I'd rather it not give you a trade than give you a shitty trade. Plus, if you do end up getting one of those, it didn't give me a trade type day, you can literally use that day's high and low and that day's price action and go off of that, right? Because that's probably the set range to bounce in between for a while. Or where it'll break out from next, so. Honestly, Tobias, if you would have made me guess, I don't think I would have ever have guessed that you play Fortnite. And not only, you said you're dominating it, you're actually good at it. Nothing better than ruining the day of a 10-year-old. Spy just hit 50% of the gap. Let's see the reaction. Good job, Ryan, pointing that out to us. Thank you, VizTex. I always enjoyed the full day Fridays myself. Maybe that's what we'll do then. We'll do a full day Friday. There. Instead of me going back and forth of like morning and day streams, we're just gonna stick to this. I'll probably keep doing where there's no stream Monday. Maybe we'll plan Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday lunch to close, and then Friday we'll do full day Friday. How does that sound? Does that sound fine? Does that sound good for everybody? You made money playing Fortnite? What? You played tournaments? I didn't know you were that good. Damn. Damn, OA83 is the realest, dude. I swear, every time I've done a stream, this person is in here. Shout out to OA83. You don't have to promise me. I trust you. I know you'll be in the stream. I swear I've seen that name every stream. Even on days I don't even announce I'm streaming, I just randomly pull it up. That person's here. Just trade for me, bro. Actually, speaking of trading for you, we should probably try to find a swing trade today, shouldn't we? What's the news for the week? If only we had a channel to check on this stuff. Oh, wait. Wait, I don't want to look at that. For viewing's sake, let's pull it up. Whoops, I hit the wrong one. Nice. There is nothing tomorrow. Let's go. Which, guys, if you want to use this website correctly, hit this little, I don't know what that is. Make sure you have low news turned off. I cannot stand when I see that. Because then you get this. This is why me and Eric do this. Because then you just have an ungodly amount of stuff to scroll through. And that's just not cool. That is not cool at all. If you want to be a real nerd, turn it all off. Just have it on high. Therefore, you're good. But you can see the next biggest piece of news is definitely happening on the 17th. And then the 18th. So the last 2 days of this week, it looks like we'll be getting a lot of news. Alright, that's cool. So I'm clear. We're good. We're safe. Let's get to charting. Alright, so... And let me ask you guys this, because I want to start pushing you guys to do this shit on your own. What is the first step I need to take before I start looking at swing trades? What do I need to be doing? Who can think? And think real hard. Don't just answer me super fast. Think real hard. What is the first thing we should do before looking for something to possibly swing trade? Jack, I couldn't see any of those messages until I just looked now. I want to see Tobias and Sinful 1v1 on Fortnite. I didn't realize you were a Fortnite god like that. Does anybody have an answer for the riddle? For the mystery? What should we be looking at before I jump into looking at... Or let me rephrase it for you, Carter, because you kind of said something, but... Let's say I'm getting into this and I just want to start looking at stuff, right? But I already have stuff I've looked at before. Should I go back and look at that, or should I just go jump into charting a bunch of random crap? We should get context. We should look at things we've talked about in the past. This isn't the first swing trading conversation we've had in the last couple weeks. Oh, I just realized it has none of my shit. But Oracle was one of them. See, that one's continued. Just kind of basing now. So make sure you set up... Well, yeah, y'all are all right. I'm not... None of y'all said a wrong answer. I kind of I phrased it bad. But just being able to go through your old setups, you just need to remember to not forget them. Like, I can't stand when I see somebody in chat go, bro, this thing just moved so much, man. I was watching it. I swear, man, I would have been so rich. Like, okay, well, fucking do it next time then. Don't be sitting in chat procrastinating. Like, you know how many times I could sit here and tell you guys, oh, I was sitting here looking at John Deere and I didn't get it, and look at it now. Like, I could look like a genius if I did that. But we're not here to procrastinate or talk about what we could have been. So make sure you guys are going through your setups so you don't sound like this weird negative Nancy always talking about what you could have been in or what you should have been in or what you would have made. Like, no one cares. No one cares. Please focus on what's next. I promise you. It's not going to benefit you at all talking about stuff like that. And being in that mindset doesn't benefit you at all in any way in life. Don't ever look back at things and be like, well, this is what I could have done, or this is what I should have done, blah, 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 blah. Look how good I would have done, guys. Like, that doesn't matter. We're here to talk about setups that we talked about. And if we missed that opportunity, that's fine. We still need to get context on it, though, right? So even if something moved without me, it's fine. You still need to get context on it if I want to look at it again in the future. So make sure you're keeping up. Make sure you're keeping up with the tickers that you're watching. Like, let's say you owned an apartment building and you rented out each room, or each whatever, each unit, I guess you could say. You wouldn't just abandon that apartment building for years on end. You'd probably go check on it because you care about you probably don't care about your tenants as much, but you probably care about the rent. You probably care about the building itself not falling to, pieces, so you can keep using it, keep making money off of it, right? It's the same thing. It's like going back and checking on your units. It's like, it's kind of what you're doing with these charts. Like, you're going back and checking on them. Like, are they still here? Are they still there? Oh, it did this without me? Bet. I can take that into consideration now. Also, one more thing. One more pet peeve that I hope you guys pick up on more too is news and earnings. Dear God, if you see this icon at the bottom of your screen, and it is within a couple candles of the candle you are currently on, please leave it alone. The volatility, the implied volatility, all of that is going up. It's becoming more volatile to trade just in general, and you're gonna get a move you probably didn't expect. So make sure you guys are looking down. Bueller Slumlord confirmed. Yeah, literally. I did kind of just break down some Slumlord shit. But let's look at some stuff now. So I actually need to make another scratch pad because I just realized I deleted the one I needed. Where's it at? There it is. Oh, it gives you the same scratch pad? Wait, hold up. This is not going to be good. If I delete something on this scratch pad, does it delete something on the other one? Oh, that's fucked up. I've never noticed that. That's why I did that then. I had 2 scratch pads and I deleted the other one. And it literally deleted all my notes. That's awkward. I had no idea those connected. That's kind of cool. Which is kind of stupid though, because if you think about it, I can do a quick chart, right? I can do any of these and they don't connect. Like, if I have 2 charts, I can have 2 different charts. If I have 2 level 2s, I can have 2 different level 2s. Why can't I have 2 different scratch pads? That's very weird. Whatever, though. Alright, so I'm gonna do this, then. Because those were notes from our lifetime stream. All this stuff. Which actually backtested all this. A lot of this already ended up working out really well. We even talked about the AMD inside bar. We even talked about the Netflix outside bar at all-time high, which it's funny because look where it's reversed from. Outside bar, all-time high. Actually came back down to the next area. And this is kind of what we were looking for. Again, not really saying this chart's going to die. Like, no, just saying it probably just wanted to retest whatever is under it before earnings, kind of cooling off. But that's what we reviewed. Now we can go through this. IWM just like it's going to keep going. Okay, we need to fix this. There we go. QQQ has a lower high of the all-time high. And it's not an outside bar, but it's fucking so close. The engulfing is so close right there. A little bit of a seller top candle on the Apple chart. Definitely a seller candle on the Microsoft chart. Nvidia. There's a lot of seller candles on a lot of these bigger weights, huh? Jeb FX. What chart are you talking about? He said, are you putting the fib on the daily candle? The fib on the daily candle. What chart and which one are you talking about? I'm glad to help. I just need some help. Duh, IWM is going to keep going. I knew you and Carter were listening, so I had to keep cool, React, you know? That's another thing too. I try not to lie to y'all. I don't want to like be sitting here and be like, "Oh, I'm so bullish on this" because I know you're bullish on it. Like I'm not gonna do that. It's just fucked up. No, Jeb, don't delete your message. I wanted to help. I wanted to help. Damn it. This is kind of cool too. As soon as I clicked on the meta chart, I thought I was looking at Netflix again. But it's funny because those are the same sector, so it's not out of the ordinary to see that. Banks are just up so much right now. Is Ulta ready for round 2? Could this be round 2? Well, actually, this would be like round 3, but round 2 in terms of us trading it? Boy, are you putting the fib on the previous daily candle? Again, Jeb, I need help. What chart are you talking about? Or just what do you mean? Are you putting the fib on the previous daily candle? For what chart? What you're asking isn't dumb. I just don't know what you're talking about. Like what chart? Or what you mean. I'm gonna start Turn this week, or weekend, Carter. Is it on Amazon, or where am I watching this at? Alright, I can just look myself too. I think it's on Amazon now. It's on AMC Plus? What? Bro, that's depressing. He's like, I'll give you my login. You have to watch this show. I will force you to watch this show. Game and puppet bottle. Remember, you get a free week. Oh, I get it? For real? Old Men on Hulu. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Netflix whatever. I was about to say something way worse, but I don't understand the hate on Netflix. I don't even care that they keep going up in price. Everyone is. And Netflix keeps rotating things in and out of the site. It's amazing. Creator of Snowfall made it. Wait, are you saying... Yeah, that's what I was going to say, React. Are you saying there's a show called Old Man on Hulu? Or are you calling me or Carter Old Man? I actually am so lost now. Alright, I'm just going to look this up. Turn show. Watch show. Oh, I do have my 7-day trial still. This is very doable still. Alright, it's in my watch list. I clicked it. I clicked like. I'm not going to click the trial yet because I don't want to start it now. I'm going to start it like Friday night. And then probably do some damage on it this weekend, if you know what I mean. Yes, a show called Old Man on Hulu made by the same people from Snowfall. It's really good. Okay, sorry. No, the way you put Old Man on Hulu after he put remember you get a free week, and I was like, whoa, he's calling out Carter. What the fuck? I thought you were calling him out. Here, let me look it up. Old Man on Hulu. Oh, this actor? Both of these actors, Jesus. Lithgow and Bridges, dude. Those guys just... They're timeless. It also delivers the Disney Plus drama pack with genuine... What? Can I get a description of this show that doesn't try to talk to me like I'm arrested? Oh, here we go. Dan Chase, scholar from the CIA, lives off the grid. When an assassin arrives and tries to take Chase out, the old operative learns that to ensure the future, he now must reconcile his past. The FBI's Harold Harper is called on to hunt him down. A highly trained special ops contractor is sent to pursue him as well. While on the run, Chase rents a room from Zoe McDonald, who draws on reverses she never knew she had to survive. What? Who draws on reverses she never knew she had. Am I playing fucking Uno right now? When she learns the truth about her new tenant. Huh. That actually sounds pretty good. It only sounds good because the actors that are in it, though. Those two guys are pretty timeless. I like those guys. You can call them old man. Do it for the colonies, 100%. No, I'm watching it this weekend, Carter. You'll be getting a very detailed update from me next week, I'm sure. 4 seasons too. It looks like I'm a little bit behind. Break that shit, Roku. I have not touched the chart, but this is what it looks like from what I charted in the past. Sinful. This is pretty crazy. Yo, Jeb, I still want to help you with your question. I need context. What chart were you meaning? I wanted to help him out, but I didn't understand what he meant. God, Sinful's got a hard on watching me chart this one. Low energy Jeb. Yeah, speaking of energy, Daffy gave a pretty detailed response on the energy sector the other day, so make sure to check that out. Also, huge shout out to my boy D-Touch. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention or not, but it would pay to, because he has been posting nothing but just really good trades. And he hasn't been spamming it either. He's doing exactly how I would love it. He's not really going over a billion things a day. He's going over one thing. It works. He moves on. He's in this trade. Stop loss triggered. No questions asked. And I like that too. I'm giving him praise for his winnings, but I'm also giving him praise for his loss because he's able to post it, and he's D-Touch. He's not going to let that shit get to him. But shout out to him. He's been going over a lot of really awesome plays and being very open about it, so you have to give respect where it's due. Not sinful. Leland just went into chat and said, "This is the most boring gap fill in the history of the universe." I'm gonna troll Leland. Leland trying to act like he knows the history of the universe. Hold on, I'm gonna post a... Hopefully I can find this meme before he types again. Come on, come on, come on. It's all Fibonacci. I swear, you just type in Fibonacci. They have the greatest ones. What the hell? That's funny. My name Jeb. My name Jeff. Yo, what's up, Leland? I missed you, man. I don't know where I missed you from, but I missed you, man. How you doing? Fibonacci discovered America. Yeah, Fibonacci was trying to find India and it found us. Why does Spy just look like it's gonna keep dumping? Gap fill is 579. Nope. What is the gap fill? It's like 579.60 almost. Does it give us the gap fill? Alright, I need to go back to the daily time frames. I already like jumped off of what I was supposed to be doing. Got a bunch of comedians in here. Whoa. Oh, you'll love to see it. Oh, on SPX it's different. My bad. My bad, G. My bad. Good looks, good looks. How is Leland doing today, though, you know? Like, is he just gonna ignore that question? Like, what the fuck? Like, how is he doing today? How is the boy? I don't know, it might be never check Spy. It's okay. You're an SPX demon. I wouldn't think you would check it. Sweaty just mowed the lawn. Damn. I knew he was too good to have people do that for him. I knew he was too good for that. Ugh. Did snow ever come off the ground? It did. Okay. I couldn't remember. AMD looks like another chart that just looks like it wants to keep going. To the downside. Yeah, all the semis, honestly, some of them are getting a little top heavy. I saw it in TXN, I saw it in SMCI, I saw it in AMD, NVIDIA. There's another one, I can't remember the name. ON was looking like that as well. And look at our Lamb Weston Holdings. Look at that. Hell yeah, I like my artwork. Even in Arizona, when it's 115 degrees, I do it myself. You're insane. Yeah, double bar breakdown. Yeah, also, we went over this in the Lifetime stream too, and last week. But Apple and AMD, man, I'm so happy to see that these were on a big watch, because this was important. Let me scroll up, find the other one. Apple, this was important. Double inside bar into a breakout. AMD, exact same thing, but to the other direction. Where are we at now? Why do I have AMD so far low? But same thing though, just different direction. So it's just kind of cool seeing the same setup basically, but two different directions, and both of them got really good movement. Don't forget to put the Harris Walls sign when you're done. You're getting bullied in your own neighborhood? Yeah, by Sinful. He's flying across the country just to bully me. Sinful just sent YouTube emojis. It's now the end of the world. Arizona not inclusive. Oh my god. Spy holding the gap midpoint, printing hammers on the 5-minute. Good post by Missy. Sellers above the 10 SMA in the highlighted area increased my bear side confidence. The 491 support is strong enough. Damn, look at the post charts channel. Pretty clear post on that chart. Alright, nothing there. It caught support at the minus 100% of the first fib. What happened to UNH? Oh, earnings. Did that even show up on the XLV chart? Okay, I did a little. That's a lot of thickens. They are teasing this gap right now. Spy 600 this week or next. That's the poll the people want. Speaking of poll, I think I'm going to post it early today. It's so weird, like D-Touch, I don't know what it is, but D-Touch posts this, and there's like 30 votes on it on average, right? Or more. Sometimes way more. I started doing it for him, and it's like people don't mess with voting anymore. I don't understand. I just thought that was weird. The multiple perspectives help me identify any blind spots. Nabida. Amazon. Maybe I'll rechart Amazon. Yeah, we'll rechart Amazon. I think before I added this level, but I think I'm not going to do it this time. Whatever, we'll leave it. Whoa, no, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. No. Maybe the all-time high supply. Zoom in. You know what? I don't know why I'm adding that when I know that it's just going to line up with this. Oh, because it didn't. That's why I didn't do that. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Alright, so open the high of that candle. And then throw it over to the right. Bullish inside bar. Of the bullish inside bar, I'm going to go to the top of the move. They are holding the fib, which probably not drawing that fib as correctly as I should. But this is more of an information fib. I'm just going of this impulse move. How much is it holding? So it filled gap. What did it do today? Did it fill the gap? Let's mark the gap and see exactly what it did. Okay, filled it. I held the higher low. Damn, that would have been a clean play for Amazon. Alright. So that's of the impulse move. I'm going to add this as a dotted line. It's not going to be there forever. And we'll just kind of think of this as an area of supply for this to bounce towards, even though probably the bottom of that green candle is what it wants, 190, 160. So if it does bounce from here, this is really what validates, are they stopping or going more? 191.64. So Amazon's actually not that bad of a watch. I think the only thing I don't like about it is the rest of the market. The rest of the market looks like crap. But Amazon by itself doesn't look too bad. Actually, it kind of looks more like Tesla, but I guess that makes sense because they're in the same sector. Except Tesla is out here in the middle of nowhere. 3 days in a row. Yeah, Amazon doesn't look too bad for a bounce as long as it holds that. Breakdown of that can definitely bring the lower test of 180. How do you draw the fibs? Any? Well, there's a billion ways to draw them. That's why I was asking which one are you trying to refer to. You said on the previous day, that's why I was asking, because it didn't make any sense. So, like on SPY, let me just tell you on SPY. So there's a couple fibs you should learn. I'll even give you a new fucking drawing set. Fib. Alright, are you ready? Ready, Jeb? So ready. Anytime you see a sizable gap, up or down, I don't really care what direction, go from the close of the previous day to the open of the next day. This is one style you should be drawing. You can use this for day trades into the next couple days. You can use it for bigger time frame. Detouch rigs the poles. It feels like it. That is one style of fib you can draw. Sorry, I said gap again. Fib you can draw. There's another style of fib you can draw. But again, it requires context. You wouldn't just randomly draw this every day. But yes, you could go from the previous day low to the previous day high. And this would also be an extra level. We really only use the halfway point of the previous day when doing that fib. Because that's really the only notable one you have. You should really already have previous day high. You should already have previous day close. I didn't even mark previous day close. I am blind. Previous day close is right here. Previous day close, previous day high, 50% fib, current day open. I marked that wrong again, just I can't see. Previous day low, previous day open. That's it. So, if you want to add that fib, you can have that. But you're really asking me a very broad question, so you're not really giving me much to work with here. There's a lot of styles of fibs you can draw. The ones you keep seeing me draw in smaller time frames, I am drawing in order of how the price chart moved, right? So if it broke down the support, then I would draw... Why is it doing that? There we go. I'd go from the high to where it made a low when it broke the support, a pre-market low, into our, well, very obvious level at 584.15. He has bots that come in every night and cast their vote to swing the results. Dude, it feels like it. If D-Touch did stuff like that, man, I don't even know if I'd put it past him. I think he does do that, man. I think he's a professional election rigger. But that would be another style of fib that you could draw. Looking for the control point, looking for the retest down underneath. This is where a lot of our lead tests come from. But really, a couple different styles of fibs you can draw. Jeb, it's really whatever you're trying to go for. It really depends. But good question. You're just asking me a very broad question, so I'm really uncomfortable. I don't know how to answer that because you're asking me very, very broad shit. If you'd like, though, take your time. I don't really monetize my videos because they don't get views like that, so I don't do that crap. So you don't have to worry about ads. But you should definitely go through some of my playlists. There's this one called Road to Consistency. This one's kind of nice, but there's actually one literally called Fibs, and you can actually go straight to it, and you can learn the main ways that we like to draw fibs. So you'll get a better thought process behind it. This video was actually the one that kind of inspired it, because I think one day somebody was like really confused at how I was breaking something down, and I went over it like 8 more times with them, and they still didn't get it. So I was like, you know what? I'm making you a bunch of videos. So I mean, you can check out whatever you want, or don't check out whatever you want. It's your choice. But yeah, I hope you take time to look at that. I think he means what tool do you use to draw? I have no idea. He needs to ask that. If he does, it's Fibonacci retracement. And I'll show you the settings. If you really want to, you can pause it on this screen. But we only use the 1, of course, is the bottom boundary. 0 is the top boundary, or I guess vice versa. The 50%. And then the golden pocket is actually 0.618 to 0.65. We like to use the 0.65 because it's the fullest extent of it. So I'm just grabbing the outer boundary of the golden pocket instead of having 2 very tiny levels next to each other. And then also we add the negative 0.5 and negative 1 because these are outside targets that you can use. Just calculated targets. You might actually see me draw one right here. Oh my god, this is going to definitely make me take this trade. Have I heard about Dub Invest? No. Dub Invest. Sounds like a scam. The first copy trading platform for stocks. It's like eBay for investing. Copy someone's investments or be copied. Why would anyone want that? Oh, wait. This isn't the first one, though. I'm done reading this. I hate when people promote shit like that. It's not the first copy thing, though. That's not the first. That's not even the 5th. That's not even the 10th. There's hundreds of things that exist like this. Why are they promoting it like that? The first copy trader platform. I also don't like that Nancy Pelosi's face is on the front screen of that. Venture or no venture backing, that's scam, bro. I'm not touching that shit. The fact that Nancy Pelosi's face is on the front of that is a scam, bro. Like, are there still people who are joking about this Nancy Pelosi shit? Like, that's a serious thing. I wouldn't be putting her face on the front of a website. That's just wrong. She's worse than most terrorists. Like, let's be honest. How is she even able to do this? Why would anyone... I don't know, that's just so wrong on so many levels. I mean, she single-handedly ruined the banking system. All the cheating trades she does, bro. Screw that. You know who you should copy is, holy crap, I can't think of his name. The guy that works under Warren Buffett. He's the guy that did the Microsoft Activision trade deal. That's the guy you should be copying. That guy is freaking genius. I say he's younger, but he's like, I think he's like 40 or 50 or something. Is it Charlie Murphy? Nah. I don't think it's Charlie. Let me just Google it. Who are the two guys who work under... It's like two different dudes. I want the brown-haired guy. Well, I say brown-haired guy. They're both losing their hair. Yo, y'all want to see some nightmare fuel? Yo, this is some nightmare fuel. What the hell? I think this is who I'm looking for, but I can't tell. Okay, it was one of these two dudes. But yeah, these guys, that's who I would copy. Yeah, that was some legit nightmare fuel. I almost forgot what I was talking about seeing that guy's face. Oh, Charlie Munger. I was like, why would you say Charlie Murphy? Like, what? Charlie Munger. Now that lines up a little more. Alright, I think I'm going to be taking another Ulta short, oddly enough. I didn't think I'd be trading Ulta again. Do people actually trade this? I'm dropping my testicle skincare line on Ulta next week called Soft Sack. This is insider information. Holy dude, this is actually like a weird. It was actually like a good fake marketing idea though. Your name and everything. You had the branding, everything, man. You should legit come up with a like actual product. I think you have the capacity. I think you have the capabilities. Kind sir.
This is such a weird setup. Oh, it's so good to stretch. Make sure you guys stretch or have a drink of water. I don't think I said that in the past couple streams. You got me burning up, burning up. Yo, is Andrew here? I just realized this lines up with what he was looking at, but on a different time frame. Leland, of course you can invest. We need you. You're a pipe investor. You're how we get off the ground. Without you, there are no wings. Yo, everybody, round of applause to ALST in the chat. Go drop a fire emoji on his recent message in trade floor. Happening to me right now with my Q's puts. He took a lot of time in post-charge channel to post that stuff. And it's working out for him. Round of a fucking applause. Let's go. These were one of the guys in chat last week that I was trying to push into like posting more. And he is posting more. And he's killing it. Round of applause, dude. That is like... That's amazing. I'm over here actually clapping for him. I don't even know if he's in stream or not, but I support him nonetheless. I'm very happy. That was one of the people I wanted to see post more, was ALST. But I don't like to call people out like that, because I'm not trying to bully people or anything. But he was one of the people that I saw, like, not really complaining, just bringing the concern of, like, I want to grow more, you know, type energy. And look at him now. What's up, Eric? He said SPX is revisiting / retesting the 4-hour 21 EMA. I can lay pipe, no problem. Reading. I kind of want to enter a next week 350 put on this. Call me crazy, but don't call me. Why do I see so much hype behind Domino's Pizza? What happened with them? I keep seeing hype on this, but I don't know why. Like, yeah, I like Domino's as much as the next guy, but it's not, like, it's not that good. I mean, it's alright. Apparently I haven't charted them in a minute. They even rejected that perfectly. Lower high. It's actually looked good for a dip. What were their earnings like though? I didn't see their... Oh, they destroyed earnings. In a good way. SPY, triple Q, still free falling. Slowing up a little bit on this current candle right now.
Sinful, are you Europe? He wishes. Nah, my bro is American as hell. I'm probably going to be AFK on stream for a while, only going to focus on small caps for the next couple of weeks. Too much chart watching, and I start a new job tomorrow. Swings let me open and close here and there instead of hammering down the 1 minute. Fair enough, and thank you for the warning, Tobias. Now I won't be so heartbroken when I don't see you. Just kidding, I'll be just as heartbroken, if not more. Appreciate that. Appreciate a little bit of heartbroken from you. Thought you were different, man. I would say about a bell. I am different. I am different. I'm here to break hearts. No, you're good, Tobias. I'm honestly glad to hear that. I did see your post though. I think it was in this channel. This channel or results? Oh no, it was this one. Yeah, here we go. Yo, if somebody can tell me what movie he got this from, I'll give you a cookie. You just go up the risk jam to the higher beta. About the best of the market. Alright, let's get you. Wait, what? Why are these more? That doesn't even make sense. Make that make sense. Oh wait, this is why. Alright, I am getting... Yo, what's up, Adam? How you doing? Alright, I got a next week 350 put. At 385. Next week, 350 put, 385. Alright. Now I can go back to SPY. Oh wait, I gotta post this first shit. Whoops. Tia Chopper, give her whatever you like, no time. L Street, I just saw you said the 390%. What are y'all talking about in there? Yo, yo, yo. Yo, why y'all making fun of my intro like that? I'll whoop y'all's ass, man. That's messed up. This chart is free falling. Free falling. The levels worked perfectly today. I'm glad I spaced it out like that. Because at first, I was half questioning it. I was like, you know what? Nah, just stick to your guns. Good, bud. Glad to hear that, man. Are you looking at anything in particular, Adam, or are you just chilling? Chillaxing. Free fall. This chart is free fall. Alright, I'm moving back from there. I can post that there. And now I'm done. Now I can just read. Soft stack full port. Oh snap, we taking a swing? I took a swing on. I'm taking a swing on Ulta. Again. I'm just so in love with shorting this chart. I wish I was shorting EMPH, but that's whatever. Not really here to complain. Oh, yo, y'all gotta see this. Y'all gotta see this comment I got the other day. Wait, you took a swing, Tobias? Do I need to be in this? Do I need to randomly follow you and not do any TA for myself? Oh, you have a long... Okay. You have a pretty good swing ahead of you. You got January. Alright. Motivation healing. I feel you on that one. I said, taking a long scalp on Spy because I'm a sucker for Power Hour. Spoken like a true trader. Nah, just got back from the beach. Damn. Surf was pumping. How were the waters? Waters were fine. Did you actually like surf, or you just went out there and like laid on the board? He'd be like, man, I was hitting some SSX tricky tricks out there and all kinds of shit.
Eric, relax. Fucking lax. I just read that. He said, okay, SPX, let's go retest current day open. Oh, God. At first, I thought you meant PDO, and so I, like, half read it. And then I went back and read it again. I was like, wait a minute. That's not what I was thinking. That's funny. Bro, if you saw a move right now go to CDO, I'll do a 24-hour stream. Dead ass, because there's no way it's doing that. News comes out, something happened. It actually does spike up, and next thing you know, we're closing at a new high. Oh, I would actually lose my mind. I know for a fact most people in chat would lose their mind too. Because that would just be insane. Not even because of like money lost or gained, just the insanity of the move. Like PDO, like saying previous to open is already kind of crazy. Like that amount of movement with that amount of window left is not anything fancy. Like it shouldn't reach this, but this would be the furthest I could see it going if it did close back up higher. Water was like 64. Damn. Damn, we need to go surfing with Adam, dude. What are we doing? What's up, though, Eric? How are you, man? I always love seeing your name pop up. I always give you and my boy Carter props, like, literally every day. Y'all's consistency is amazing. Consistency and being here, routine, not, like, results, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Please all. No reason for it to go up. But only my own... Wait. But only my own will enforce... Oh. Good. Miss being on all the time with you all. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be a lot more active, so... You come tune in whenever you want. I think I'm going to do a full day Friday this Friday, Eric. I think we agreed on no streams Monday, full streams Fridays, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday lunch to close. Did I just YOLO Iron? No, I'm not in. Should I? Are you bullying me to get in? The fact you said it a second time makes me want to get in. He said weak. I'm getting in. Fuck you. European. IREN. You and these energy tickers. January. Fuck, what strike did he say? 12. There isn't even a 12 for January. Oh, 1250. Alright. Alright, well, just remember, I'm the realest American that's ever traded with you, man. I'm getting in. I'm not gonna get 10. I don't know why my shit's preset at 10, but... How about 2 or 4? Alright, I'll do 4. Yo, Andrew. I can't believe you missed it either, but I was actually asking about you. Do you remember your fib you drew earlier? And then we talked about even if you flipped it, it's okay. It was just the way you drew it. I was actually, when I was charting this, because I'm swing trading this to the downside, I was actually laughing because I drew this fib exactly how you... Well, I mean, you drew yours upside down, but when you did it the other way, like this to this, I actually am drawing the exact same fib you did. But I'm going off of my other fib as well. It kind of moved away from this, so... I'm going off of the recent high to the recent low, and I'm just kind of going off of that, see? It's kind of like what you did on the 5 in 1 minute, but I'm doing it on the daily. But I just wanted to show you because it was literally the exact same fib, just way different time frame. But the setup is the concept, the blueprint. It's all there. But I saw that and it made me think of your trade. Fuck, what chart was I going to? All right, one of you tell me a chart. I'll just go to whatever. I don't need to chart anything now. Big love for Eric. Always, dude. Big love for Eric. We love Eric around here. Well, I do. I don't know about the rest of you. Yo, great job though. Round of applause, everybody. Like, everybody's taking some really good steps recently. I'm seeing a lot of you guys either learn something and you're not taking it like a child. You're like actually taking it and you're moving on and you're taking it, taking advantage of that information. Like I said last week, taking advantage of your advantage. Some of you guys are kicking ass. Some of you guys are posting, getting your reps. Good shit. And keep up with this stuff, man. Keep up with this. Go to post charts. See if there's anybody you can reply to. See if there's anything you can post or add on to. Vice versa. Result and review channel. Do the same thing here. Keep it up. Trade floor is perfect. Y'all are already fine here. I honestly don't see anything. I mean, the only dumb things I see in here when we're all joking with each other. But besides that, it's like, it's all pretty serious in here. And I do watch you guys. I try not to add emojis so you don't see that I'm watching, because I don't want you to be like, oh, Bueller's right there watching us. But I see who says what. Oh, here's your toy. I forgot about it. I should add an emoji to this now. iPad Air. Someone killed it today. When you see someone type like that, great day to be alive, like, they killed it. Weird how Spy stops right at the gap fill from pre-market yesterday. Yeah, it's weird how perfect that lined up. Good stuff though, Andrew, being able to look back at that and see how... It's nice to look back and see things how they're supposed to look. But no, that is pretty awesome though. Like a perfect stop. Felt great today. Good to hear, Ryan. And yeah, how did you guys feel? 1 out of 10. 1 is completely shitty. You feel like you just got out of a bunch of mud. 10 being you are feeling euphoric highs. How are you guys feeling about your day or your week? How are you feeling about this? Because I'm feeling pretty damn good about some of y'all's posts recently. Like, even, you're gonna realize too, when you guys make mistakes, y'all's mistakes really aren't even that bad. Like, y'all's mistakes are like tiny little micromanagement things. Like, your mistakes are good mistakes, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to sugarcoat you guys. I don't want to do that, but your mistakes are good. 8 to 9. That's pretty damn good, Ryan. He said 6 because I live in Canada. Would it be higher if you were here? I'm assuming. Carter said a very accurate 6.5 to 7. I like that. A good in-betweener. Great show. 10, but I feel that way... Wait. But I feel that way win or lose. Oh, okay. I had to read that right. Texas or Florida would be a 9. Oh, okay, shit. Damn, word to Andrew. Well, if you're ever in Texas, let me know. The southern area, to be specific. Central said Spy is red. I'm mad. Felt almost too euphoric. Need to stop feeling this. That's good though, Ryan. It's good that you felt that way though, because now you felt what it should feel like. Now, maybe you shouldn't feel euphoric highs like that much, but it's good that you felt them, because now you understand, like, alright, this is what it feels like to do things correctly. This is what it feels like when things go the right way and I'm doing things correctly. If that makes sense. It's not just you doing things. I think too many people in our chat, they do too much results based training. meaning they base everything off of their results, which you do need to do to an extent. But if all you do is backtest yourself off of the way you trade, you're going to fail every time, because if you see you're losing at certain parts of trades, then you're going to look back at this and be like, well, why didn't I just do this? And then you're going to adjust that one thing, and then it's going to mess you up. So that's why it's good to kind of stick to doing the same thing every single time, and then understanding that the market isn't always going to do what we want it to do. That's just a factor. So I'm very happy about that. I've had that feeling once back when I traded pennies in 2019. Haven't discovered options. Oh, when you hadn't discovered options yet. Exactly. In a process oriented. Like, it's all about the routine, the process. Exactly. That's a way better way of putting it. Thank you. You guys are always better at putting things into words than me. I'm good at ranting and trying to make sense of something, and then somebody summarizes what I said. It's like, yeah, what that guy said. Like, you should have heard me when me and Leland used to backtest the Lee test before we named it the Lee test. The reason it's called the Lee test is because I love Leland. Like, honestly, like, I had to give him a term for his name because he's too impactful of a trader. But one day, we were sitting here just kind of going over things, and I'm so bad at explaining shit, but he understood what I meant. I would be like, bro, we really need to get a system down that really gets us, like, the retest of the lower high retest, you know, like a lower high of a lower high, if that makes sense. And like, we would break it down, and he you know, made up that the fib and all that stuff. But it was just funny because, like, I was so horrible at explaining things, and then he was just like, oh, like a lower high retest, but yeah, we could do that. And the Lee test, that's why I called that. Lower high retest, and because it has Leland's name in it. But it's like the most passive opportunity you can find. It's very exciting when you find one finally and you get into it, because you know it's a good one. And even if it doesn't work out, you still don't feel that shitty about it, because you're like, well, at least it was this kind of entry, you know, compared to weaker ones. So I think that's a big reason a lot of us like that one a lot. And yeah, don't tell Leland I said any of that. Me being nice to Leland, that's hilarious. Oh, I just almost dropped my headset. Karma. Spy still in the free fall. Thank you guys for all the likes on today's stream. Thank you for clicking on it. I'm still going to go till close. I just wanted to thank you guys. And it definitely helps when you guys share the link around on Twitter or whatever apps you guys are on. I've seen a couple of you share it, and it helps out a ton. Thank you so much. Also, it just reminds people that might have been in these streams before that I'm starting to stream a lot more again. I feel kind of bad. I don't have really any way of telling everybody at the same time. Let's just kind of do it and see if they notice. But happy to be here, and I'm glad you guys are... Honestly, I would say chat's a lot more productive now. It's kind of nice. Productive and efficient, not just everyone's posting more. No, it's actually like meaningful posts being thrown out more, which is good. Because you guys got to realize too, like, imagine when you first started, like how helpless it was to find a group that was worth it, and then to find one that was like you could confidently type in and have fun with everybody, and like it's really hard. Andrew, I just saw what happened on trade floor. That's funny. Alright, boys, full port puts on spy for tomorrow, and the Daffy's like, well, Daffy trying to be our dad so we don't mess up. I gotta appreciate him for that. He is right, though. This is probably gonna go up tomorrow, which is funny because if you guys were here when I went over like stuff in the Lifetime stream and last week, I actually covered this to a little bit of an extent, but I just didn't cover it too much because I just didn't think it was like it could happen that quick. But in short, let me just go to a different chart. There we go. In short, this chart has a lot of room underneath it, and what we were saying is like it really could rally and then come back down and it still be bullish, right? And so these days when you're focused on the smaller time frames like this, it's really easy to forget that you're above support still. Like, technically, this could have another big red day, and we would still be fine. So, just remember that. This is coming off of a big bullish move. So try not to be in that like mindset of like, oh, this is so bearish. Like it is, like in the moment right here, right now, but it's not the end of the world if it does keep going down. Like there's still a very good chance this is going to bounce, and it might even happen tomorrow. It's not abnormal or random for SPY to do these big red days and then an inside bar appear the next day. It's actually very common. So kind of expecting that to happen next. If we don't, and this is if we don't just keep going down to 575. This is what I mean. Like this is what we can expect. So tomorrow's open, just based off of this alone, should already be telling you like that's kind of what we need to be basing our trading off of, right? Is tomorrow's open. So if we open tomorrow, we're still under this gap, and we end up breaking today's lows, probably are going to keep going lower, right? Vice versa. We end up getting that open higher. We can understand that, okay, selling out the gate probably isn't going to happen unless they do end up just, you know, breaking previous day low. But if they do end up giving us a higher open to that extent, then we have to understand more selling might not happen that fast. So, that's why Daffy's being so serious, but he's right, though. Today or tomorrow really could be that day. Judge your execution. Official sloping support. I think the ASML earnings were an excuse for profit taking, but who knows? Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. It could be any number of reasons. Eric saying, "Nah, last 5 minutes SPX up, pump the current day open." For our sake, I hope not. Election is a month away. Something crazy may happen. Who are y'all voting for? Is that even legal to ask? Am I allowed to ask that? And guys, I have no personal opinions. I don't actually care about who wins this election. I don't vote. That's why I'm asking y'all who y'all are voting for. I want to know who y'all are voting for. I mean, if you, I'm saying this in advance so you don't say an answer and think I'm going to attack you. I don't care. I'm genuinely interested how many of you are voting for who. Who's voting for Kamala? Who's voting for Trump? Who's voting third party? Shit. Where my third parties at? Where my green parties at? Trump, Nancy Pelosi. Can't vote for Nancy. Red Hefe. Only saying that because I ain't American. My granddad was a lifelong Republican until he died. Now he votes Democrat. To be fair, though, back then, being Republican was almost like being a Democrat. And back then, being a Democrat was almost like being a Republican. The spectrum flipped. So, it actually makes sense. Oh, that was a joke? Okay, well, that's actually a pretty common thing to hear people say. It's because, like, back then, blue was red and red was blue. Oh, you said that was a joke because he's... Okay, that's fucked up. I guess I should have picked up on that. You literally said until he died. That's fucked up, but I'll take it. Trump. Either way, I think this is going to be a pretty insane election. I think if Trump wins, it's going to be by a lot. I don't think it's going to be close. I just don't understand, like, how someone could vote for Kamala when she hasn't actually stood for anything in, like, 8 years. And even while she's running right now, like, I genuinely don't even know what she believes in, and I feel like I should know that, considering she's, like, the literal vice president of the United States of America. I feel like I should have at least, like, a presence of, like, who this person is, right? But she has no beliefs. She has no moral beliefs to anything.
I don't even know if she has anything written on foreign policy, which in my opinion, as a person who likes to trade stocks, I love people who have good foreign policy. I don't care who it is, Republican or Democrat, because guess what? That brings good bartering deals. That brings good trades to other countries. Guess what? That brings more money to this country. Guess what? That brings more activity to the stock markets, to the money markets, to the equity markets, to everything. So much more. And it's more exciting. There's more movement, there's more volume. And yeah, I know, that's what I mean, Dr. J. Like, I don't have any hate towards Kamala. I just don't think she actually believes in anything. I am brown in voting for Trump, but there is no such thing. But there is no such a thing. Shake my head. It's only black and white. What? Oh. I don't know what I'm reading. Trump's for Bitcoin as well. I got a question for everyone here. Best trade they have ever made in percentage or money? Oh, that's a good question, Andrew. Yeah. So what's the best trade you guys have ever made, percentage or money-wise? Mine was percentage. Oh, wait, you said best, not biggest. My bad. He said best, not biggest. I was thinking biggest. Best trade. I gotta think about that. Oh, I already know mine. I know mine off the rip. I could literally talk about mine. But I want to see y'all's answers first. Mine was even posted in chat, too. I remember I was so fucking proud of this trade. I shorted Apple before anybody was shorting tech after COVID, and I was so proud of myself. Yeah, I don't want to be president. Fed chairman? I wonder what kind of responsibilities they have. Besides saying the same things every few months. 49% on the COVID short, Tobias said, then rolled puts and got... Yeah, no, I actually remember Tobias's trade a lot, too. Tobias had a trade, and his is posted in chat as well. It was before he was a member in our group. It's not... Actually, no, it's not in the chat anymore because we don't have that channel. But it was in the free channel where people could type if they weren't a member yet. This is before I allowed everyone to just type in trade floor. And I remember him being a new member to our group and all that stuff, and he was talking in stream here and there, and I remember he told me to check out this trade. And we went to go back and look at it, and he was breaking it down, and he and his brother had covered like all these big trades in the lower highs of the market before the big drops and everything, and they covered every bit of it and were in every bit of that play. And yeah, he made 49 times on his plays. I remember that. That is facts. That's probably one of the best trades I've witnessed, too. I would even put that up there. Shadow said 36. Oh, you don't gotta say sorry. If you made your money, Shadow, you're on the right side of history. Now, I think I can only hate on you if you actually stayed in it, Shadow. But it sounds like you got your money and were like, nah, I'm good. And just, you know, left the chart. It doesn't sound like you stayed invested. But 3,600%, it's kind of hard for me to sit here and be like, oh, that's stupid, bro. I don't ever want to see that again. Like, no. That's a fucking insane game, bro, and I'm happy for you. I don't care if it's on a ticker I don't like. Plus the conditions of it. You didn't get into it thinking it's going to go to the moon and hold it forever. Like, you're done. So, you're a god. No, you did everything right. A college brother... Dad started Priceline and lost over $1 billion in a week during this tech crash. What? Oh my god. Andrew said, AMC is my PTSD, my absolute nightmare. Honestly, my absolute nightmare is Doge. Bought one call before it mooned. I bought GME at 4 and sold for 11. Felt like the smartest dude alive. Yeah, Shadow, what was yours? What did you buy at and then what did you sell at? Not the contract, like the price of the stock. How much of the mooning were you a part of? 3,600%. I would like to think you're a part of most of it. That's a lot. Andrew said, my best was in money amount at 19. Found some shit on Reddit, bought it the day before, and made 70% on 10K. Damn! That's not bad at all.
I feel like that's how a lot of people in here started out. It was during that era of like, let me put money in, buy, and get lucky. And then then options were introduced to everybody, and that's what really hooked everyone. At least in this era. My account is full of small wins and big losses. I hear you, Sinful. I'm sorry. Were these trades before or after you had a system? Before you all had... Oh, that's another good question, Dr. J. Well, I think you can... Yeah, I was going to say in Andrew's case, I think it was before. So my best trade was actually Apple. It's going to be really hard for me to find this because the stock price was very different. It's this one. I'm going to backtest it. I think it's that one. It was the week where a weekly and a daily time frame pattern. Yep, this is it. So on this one, and I think you could still find this in lifetime chat to this day, but this was my best trade by far. So we had gotten in at the very last 2 days of this candle of this week, right? So the very last day of this week, we ended up getting in. We ended up getting a very nice evening star kind of kicker type look, and then also on the daily, the stock price was different, by the way. It was not this. And then it made a evening star here, gap down, and then it came back up, and I think we were only up like a few percent, and we ended up staying in. It gave us this candle, and then from then on, I knew I was good. And then we held for, I want to say it was this candle. I want to say we sold on this candle before the next leg down, and it was a pretty large trade. It was nice because I grabbed a bunch of people in chat grabbed a bunch, but pretty much from like here to here, I think is what it was. Yeah, no. It was this day. I'm stupid. Because it was the last day of the week, and then the next week started, and then we were up, then we were flat, and then we were up. Yeah, okay, that's right. And I knew I sold on this hammer because I didn't make it to the next leg down, but I knew I sold before this one. But I remember looking back at this, and I was like, I was really happy with myself, but at the same time, I was like, fuck, why didn't I, like, have runners or something? Because we had caught from here to here, which in my opinion was, like, all I cared about. But it was funny how much more it had gone. I made new lows and all that stuff, and it was pretty awesome. But that is by far my best trade. I don't think I've had a trade even close to that. I had a couple McDonald's trades and John Deere trades that were pretty big, but they were like buy one and then it went up a bunch in a day or two, right? Whereas this one, I actually like kept myself in it. I gave myself reasons to stay in the trade longer to get more gains, and it was posted in front of everyone in Lifetime Group, and I kind of kept myself I guess responsible for it or whatever. But that was by far my best trade. And I was really happy with it too because I'm so big on candlestick patterns and positioning. And at that time, I was literally trying to teach watch for bearish patterns as a lower high. It gave us that on the daily and the weekly. And I remember that's how I remember this trade so well, is because it actually lined up on 2 time frames. And it gave basically the same candlestick pattern twice, which is like insanely rare. I feel like you never see that. So just seeing this candle, it was just a good risk sign, because if the next week had opened higher, I probably would have cut that for a loss. But again, this is a candlestick pattern that requires that next candle to open lower. So if you don't see it, you know that you're wrong. If you see it, you know you have a chance of being right or being right huge. So it really depends. My biggest trade though was actually on some stupid shit. What is the ticker for Dave and Buster's? It's not Dave, it's something really dumb. What is it, dude? I can't remember it. What is the Dave and Buster ticker? Play, there you go. I knew it wasn't Dave because it's like way off, but my biggest gain is this chart. I did an earnings trade on this a very long time ago, before COVID. Actually, I think it was this one. Yeah. I remember I grabbed one put on this, and then that next day I was up 1,300%. I was like, what? That was by far the craziest percent I've ever seen.
And then a long time ago, when Amazon was in the thousands, I had a 1200% trade on it. But I don't remember where it was because it's so hard to remember. It's so old. But that was probably my best trades. Definitely proud of the Apple trade too, because I was so excited to like, not impress people in my lifetime group. I was just excited we were all finally on a trade together. I like when people post their trades because I like to join them with it. I like to make them feel part of it. And it kind of felt nice because I was the one posting it. Well, anybody else have any other best trades that they have done? That was kind of a cool question. Also, another cool backup question on it is, did you have a system in place? For that trade for Apple, I had a system in place. I was already founded by then. But I can't remember a time where I'd gotten lucky, though. I always hear stories from traders, and they're like, before I knew what I was doing, I made like Andrew's just now. Like, I don't think I've ever had a story where I got... Now, I'm not going to say lucky. I mean, he was going for it. So it's not luck. But you know what I mean. Like getting those big trades or risking like that and getting the win. Like, I don't think I ever tried anything like that before. Nvidia's 100s was the best with the system. He said, oh, that shit was luck. I know, but I don't like to say that because it's luck if you had like no intentions, but you literally got into the trade and you had like 10K on it, you know? So it's like, you're allowed to get lucky. Like you were lucky, but you were there, you know? When I bag hold and then made money, I don't consider that a win. My best is with the BB system, maybe a 200% day trade. Damn! I walked into work, opened my laptop, saw 7K P&L, literally bought myself a gold chain that day and left work early. Jesus! Truly balling out. He said, this life, it ain't for me. That is so funny. That same day. And left work early. What a legend. Honestly, respects. We're all thinking it. He just does it. Now, I don't know what I would do, though. That would be pretty crazy. Like, you go into work, and you're checking your laptop, and you open it up, and you're like, wait, this is lagging. It's glitching. I'm being joked around with, guys. I'm not up 7K. And then you look, and you're like, oh, no, this is real. Oh, okay, just a bullshit part-time job. Okay, fair enough. That's pretty funny, though. He said Andrew then sold the gold chain for another 50%. I think he could, honestly, if he still has it. I'm pretty sure jewelry's, like, inflated like crazy right now. There was a large crowd of people who thought buying jewelry to hedge their money was a good idea, and it was at the time. But there's a lot of people who spent money on, like, paintings and art and jewelry and all kinds of stuff to hedge their money just to have it, just to have money. So no matter what happens to the cash markets, I still got it, I bought it. Damn! Okay, so he still got it. He still got it. Alright, someone look up right now how much is 1 ounce of gold in a chain. We need to know what kind of chain it is, I guess, too. He should be up on this trade, though. Little long-term investor. He said 2660 on futures. Yeah, let's see. How much is an ounce of gold? And then what kind of chain is it? Current price. I gotta type that. Oh, dude, I think you're up. Yeah, bro, you're up. Wait, he's up almost 100%. Yo, Andrew's up on this gold chain. This might be his best trade beside that other trade. Yo, look up right now how much an ounce of gold is, and I think you'll freak out. It's just under 3K right now. So you having that's actually not bad. And I'm sure it's probably different pricing with the type of chain it is. He says, oh, I'm always watching gold. Dude, good shit. I actually used to have, don't even know if I should get into this or not. But I used to have a lot of silver and gold. I got rid of it. But I used to have a lot. I had way too much. I say a lot. It was not even $10,000. I have bought the gold bars from Costco before just for the emergency cash that I can't touch. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's what it's on. That's honestly the only good thing it's good for. Because it's not, gold is not directly connected to cash anymore. It doesn't back the dollar anymore. So that's why it's not as insane. But if we were to ever fall into any kind of circumstance like that, people are still going to use gold as currency. You're going to get your money's worth. And especially from the time you had yours, you've had yours for a long time now, so. And that's really what it is. People think they'll just buy it anytime and can sell it anytime. It's like, bro, you gotta sit on this shit like 20, 30, 40 years sometimes. That's why you buy Bitcoin. That's what Ryan just said. But I just wanted to make that clear, because I used to tell people that was why I don't get, that was why I would get gold or silver, but they don't. Gold doesn't back the dollar anymore. And hasn't for some time. Hell yeah, we're still here. We're chilling, talking about Andrew's fucking chain. He's up like 85% on it. Bro's literally killing it in the equity market and in the real life market. Like, just reminiscing, honestly. I did get into Ulta though, Jack. I got Ultimate. I got it. I got me one. We need to have Jack in here one day, so he can spread that Canadian, that British Canadian love. I know a Canadian who's from Ukraine. I know a Canadian who's from England. I mean, Canada from England. I don't know a single Canadian that's actually from Canada. I just realized that. All of you are fakes. Even Mel. Mel was in Canada, but Mel wasn't. I had a couple customers come in, so I muted the stream. You should have sat them down right there, tied them to the chair, made them watch the stream, and then they could ask for parts. Jack said, my wife is Russian Canadian. Great, so you're both fakes. You're both fake Canadians. Andrew says, I'm Lebanese Canadian. Or do we have any actual Canadians in here? Is there an actual Canadian here? He said, actually, her parents are Russian. They moved to Israel. Wait. They moved to Israel where my wife was born, then moved to Canada. And what's your backstory, Jack? Huh? What made you leave the Redcoats? Lebanese Canadian. Me attacking my chat for none of them being genuine Canadian. Was told the government was better here. That was a fat lie. No. I mean, Parliament's probably still better than what they got going on in Canada. Honestly, though, you're in the same direction, though. Canada and the UK have the same, like, direction, but UK is not like that, yeah. He said that was a fat lie. Mr. Green, my brother from another mother. Is Mr. Green even actually green? Have y'all actually thought about that? Is he even actually green? Bro could be blue for all we know. In fairness, it got a lot worse more recently. Yeah, fair enough. Hey, the UK, though, they kicked out Boris. They were like, yo, we're done with you, bro. They took the UK Trump and shit on him because he was way worse than Trump. Bro did not actually...
like looked like he didn't have any of the same policies or anything. Like he was way worse than Trump. The UK Trump was bad. Boris or whatever. Where's the Canadian Indians at? Ask Jack. I just realized the market closed, guys. The market's been closed. I'm just here chilling though. Might type up my 2-a-days here in a minute. His hair, man, like that alone was crazier.
Keep about the bottle of gin.
Alright, before I even think about doing my 2-a-days, how do they do? Apple kick ass. Yeah, Apple was a pretty simple one. You pretty much just had to trust Bulls were in control because of how they opened. And if not, then you pretty much just didn't catch a trade unless you were catching lower highs or something. Which I wouldn't have been looking, you wouldn't have been looking for because it's up. Tesla didn't really give any trading opportunities based on how we had planned around it. It did work with the levels perfectly though. It went up, hit him, came back down, stayed above it, you know, jump rope the next one, but just didn't give any actual trading opportunities. So 2-day review is probably going to be a little light today actually. Apple did perfectly though. If you were here with the lifetime stream, which I know not all of you could, we actually went over this so in depth that we actually talked about this breaking out, retesting, and then watching a follow-up day to keep going up. That was cool. Lifetime stream also covered the AMD. Where's it at? AMD chart, because this was also an inside bar at one point, and it actually turned into a double afterwards. But it led to a huge move. Again, that's my point. Like allowing these setups that we go over, you know, breathe a little bit and then find the better opportunity. But really good moves from a bunch of tickers we were all looking at. So I'm just happy about that. Coin, even though we didn't get to cover it as much, it did everything we talked about as well. You know, really just looking to see if 160s crack, we're probably going to be looking at a lot more red days for this chart. If they did not crack, they ended up holding a double bottom. A single soldier candle popped up. They even gave a new high. And then pretty bullish from there on. I can't really cover trend on that because that's just a gap up and a big rally candle. But pretty nice movement though, so I can't complain about that. But does anybody have any questions or comments they want to make before we end the stream? I am going to end it here pretty soon. I just want to make sure you guys get everything you want out so you get everything out there. And make sure to get your charts ready for tomorrow. Have everything going. I'm probably going to leave everything I have here, honestly. I just don't see the point in deleting anything. We could probably delete this, add this low, and then add this low, but I'm just going to leave it all, honestly. And then just understand that previous day low is right there. Because I really feel if we do get that green day tomorrow, these levels are going to come into play, and they're going to be very impactful. And then vice versa, if it does keep going down, well, at least I know where we have under us from before without re-correcting anything, right? So if it does keep falling, we'll watch under previous day close and today's low, see if they can make it down to here. And this is honestly where, if they break below, this is where another leg down can happen. So kind of expecting this to be a cushion for price until proven otherwise is how I'm seeing this chart. But that's my thinking, my thought process on this chart before we move into tomorrow. I'll try to have another 2-a-day posted for tomorrow and see what we get. Have SPY levels posted. I'll have the SPY plan posted in the premium section just to kind of make this clear so everybody's on the same page. I post the levels in here for anybody in here who might just want to see what's going on. A bunch of other stuff gets posted too, like my 2-a-days get posted. Premium levels is where the game plan gets posted for SPY or any other tickers I might be watching, which it's kind of like two channels of the same, but I just don't post in both of them every single time. So just make sure you're checking both if you have access to both, because there is a lot of really good plays. I try to leave this one for literally just day trading. I try to leave this one for a little bit more than that. The displaying of levels, the displaying of different plans, it's not just for day trading. It's a lot more than that. So yeah. But I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thank you guys again for being here. Thank you guys again for interacting with each other. Hopefully bringing the best out of each other. Hopefully challenging each other to get to the better you.
And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I'll see you again tomorrow. We have a stream tomorrow, a stream Thursday. Both of these streams will be like today. It'll be from lunchtime to close, and then Friday we're gonna do a full day Friday stream. So we'll try to have fun on that one. But yeah, I'll see you guys later on though. Thank you guys again. I appreciate everything all of you do, and yeah, hope you have a great rest of your day.